Upgrade your gaming experience with UniPin. Explore more than thousands of games. Unlock millions of songs on iTunes and Spotify premium features. Gain access to a better, faster and more secure top-up experience. With unlimited access to every entertainment you need. Fill your life out with UniPin.
Those who stand in my way, die! Bow before the King of the Inferno! Come, Candle Moth! All will die away in ashes, and you are no exception!
New skin ready.
Why, brother? Why must we Paxleys all take the path of magic? Am I such a disgrace to this house, big brother? Finally, I've been expecting you, big brother!
I don't recall giving the orders.
Elders of the house give the order, Your Grace!
But it's not my order.
The elders said it was our only chance. Not even Your Grace could stop us!
I don't need your pretentious favor. We end it all today!
We still have time. Even if we don't, they don't have a say. Has it started? It's time for you to know the truth. If you don't want to die, follow me.
Upgrade your gaming experience with UniPin. Explore more than 100 games in our website. Purchase more than just games like PSN Wallet or games and Steam Wallet. Gain access to a better, faster, and more secure top-up experience. With unlimited access to every entertainment you need. Top up now with UniPin. Visit www.unipin.com.
Upgrade your gaming experience with UniPin. Explore more than thousands of games. Unlock millions of songs on iTunes and Spotify premium features. Gain access to a better, faster, and more secure top-up experience. With unlimited access to every entertainment you need. Fill your life out with UniPin.
Those who stand in my way, die! Bow before the King of the Inferno! Come, Candle Moth! All will die away in ashes, and you are no exception!
Of course, all good things has its own ending. It also has all of these moments leading up to it. So again, you're watching the UniPin Ladies series. We're going to be your casters. I'm Yuko. Alongside me is Burger Kim. Hi, Burger Kim. How are you tonight?
Ever since last year. So it's just great to be back here. It's great to be a part of the playoffs, and of course, tomorrow you guys will be witnessing the grand finals as well of ULS. So stay tuned for that. And a lot of exciting things going on, as well as global ban is going to be implemented. So that's going to be extra interesting for all of our teams today.
I know. Of course, to tell our viewers right now, we have 2 best of 3s for you guys. You probably saw that in the loading screen. And of course, that's going to be a lot of action. We saw a lot of teams duking it out from day number 1. But now we're at the second to the last day. Let's see, will we see any changes? Will we see any crazy pickup on the heroes? Or will we see something that's similar to what we've been seeing in day number 1? But of course, before we talk about all the action and the possible crazy combinations, don't forget to share the live stream, like the page, and of course, follow us on Instagram at UniPin Ladies series.
Yep, and like what we mentioned, Yuko, this is going to be quite the day, since this is the already the lower bracket finals match leading up to the grand finals, which will be tomorrow, by the way. And wow, okay, this is these are 2 teams that have already gone up against each other. You got Smart Omega Empress and ROCKA Esports. And of course, they will be facing MHRLK G Unit. And of course, whoever will win this best out of 3 series will be moving forward. Quite a surprise, actually, I think, Yuko, for a lot of people here in the ULS. They were surprised by Zol FE bringing Smart Omega actually to the lower bracket. So what more can we get today? And honestly, this is a team that has won their silver medal for the first ever MLBB females in the SEA Games this year.
Yeah, honestly, I was looking forward to them answering the question, like, what does it feel like winning against a silver medalist? But you know, maybe we'll get a chance and ask them later on. But of course, speaking of our silver medalists, let's see how well are they going to be performing for the day. But yeah, this is going to be the brackets for today. Tomorrow will be the last day. More action, more Jackson for you, of course. But as my co-caster did say, for now it will be Smart Omega versus ROCKA Esports. Honestly, both of them performed so well all throughout the earlier days. It just so happened that I can't find a term for it. I feel like it just fell down with the fact that there's a lot of split second decision making skills that really made things happen in the game.
Now, here's the thing. Checking ROCKA Esports, not all of them are actually in the same place. Oh wow, we're gonna go straight into the pick and ban.
Yep. Okay. Ban so far will be a Natalia as well as an Eve. And we're also going to be seeing a Kaja ban. Nothing too similar. I mean, of course, you don't want a walking hero that can give you vision. You don't want a Kaja with the divine judgment as well. And you don't want an Eve that can just pop in with the real world manipulation and, you know, just really wither you down with her burst damage.
I think for the Eve and Farsa, these are the 2 heroes that are highly contested as well. So even the Valentina, let's see, it is actually going to be, still a 10 ban system here. I would be surprised if they take away a lot more meta heroes, but instead they're gonna respect ROCKA Esports' jungler by taking away one of the heroes that Smart Omega uses as well, if I'm not mistaken, the Ling. And as for ROCKA Esports, they're down to their last ban here. Wow, there's a lot open. Joy. For Smart Omega, they can start out with that one. Such a solid start, but if they wanna play safe, they can also go for the Valentina. I completely forgot about the glue as well. Smart Omega is gonna lock it in as of the moment.
And let's circle it back, talk about that Ling ban. You know what they say? Out of sight, out of mind. And you know how well Link can perform in situations like this. There's also going to be a hover and lock in on glue, which I almost forgot as well. But that means Valentina is open and up for grabs. Maybe they want to get a Farsa as well, to secure all those good damage dealers. I'm not sure if Fredrin is first pick worthy at this point in the game, but that is also available.
Yeah, Farsa, like what you mentioned, and the Melissa, two great artilleries for the side of ROCKA Esports. And for Smart Omega, maybe they can go for classic Valentina. Oh, okay, they're drafting differently this time. Estes as well, something that Mirai has gotten attention for in the SEA Games. Something that represents the Philippines very well.
Exactly. I actually was able to see them perform and just walk around in this SSC. The TLDR of this is Smart Omega. They love their let's take one from the enemy
Time
team
to drop
and
the
then
beat.
clear them off, like kill them off all four in that 4v5. So you need an Estes to be able to sustain and make sure everyone is alive. And I guess the only threat will be the Farsa and this Joy because of the movement speed, because of the insane amount of damage. Not to mention, we also have Melissa that will most probably be safe at the back lines just poking you.
Actually, it's surprising that Smart Omega didn't pick up the Joy. They just let it slide. I think they went for a lot of their comfort picks. Carry up against the Melissa. I'm not so sure about this in the gold lane, but I think Smart Omega wanted to pick it just in case ROCKA Azur has that heavy front line that they need to shred the HP bars. Now, ROCKA Esports, they're gonna ban away. Wow, okay, a lot of assassins here, Yuko. I think they're just respecting each other's capabilities as well when it comes to the assassin picks. For Smart Omega, they still need a mid laner here. I wouldn't be surprised if ROCKA will take away something along the lines of Valentina, Faramis, I think. Can you imagine how deadly that is? Estes and Faramis in one team. Like, only sustained for the side of Smart Omega.
Yeah, you know what? It's a best of 3. I'm pretty sure that amount of sustain could last until game number 5. That's how good that combo is. Even to the fact that when it comes to damage output, Carry has this in the bag. Now, about that Hayabusa ban, it makes sense because of course you wouldn't want a ninja jumping in and just dashing in and out in his Shadow Clone Jutsu with the Farsa, with the Melissa on the ground. So they want to be able to keep their backline safe. Moving on to the next ban for Smart Omega, it will be a Lolita. They have to make sure that there's no one to shield the attacks coming up from Carry. They have to make sure that no one can pop in with the Luminum Blast and possibly stop an Estes, a Glue from doing whatever it is that they want.
Here's the thing about Smart Omega. They already got damage here with the Carry. They got sustained with the Glue and Estes. They're taking away a lot of possibilities here for the jungler of ROCKA. And just fun fact, by the way, ROCKA Esports is one of the teams that were able to get that was in the top 4 rather of the UniPin Ladies Series Championships. So I think these were teams from all over Southeast Asia, and imagine they were able to finish top 4. Like, I mean, with Smart Omega as well, I talked about the Valentina here. They're hovering over it, and I think it's such a great choice. There's a lot of ultimates to take here, and for Smart Omega, this is the best that they can do. The Valentina innately has a lot more skills to work around with, as compared with other mages, and hovering over the Fredrin as well.
Will probably be locked in as well. I was about to say that the Farsa ultimate is such a huge thing for ROCKA Esports. So of course, with Valentina in the picture for Smart Omega, it's like, okay, you have a cool ultimate, but that means we also have a cool ultimate on top of the sustain and the healing from Estes. So far, things are looking good. You also have Firearms being hovered over, but a Carmilla is being hovered as well by ROCKA Esports.
Oh my goodness, I just love seeing this Carmilla. If ever they do pick this one up, they need someone to burst the Estes. What better way to do that than have the Carmilla, especially since the Estes is more of like, okay, all of them grouping together, and Carmilla's ultimate just gets that additional chain damage. So I would love to see that, but I guess if they go for another type of support, that would be great. I love seeing Carmilla though. They go for the Rafaela instead. I well, personally, I think the Carmilla would have been better up against the Estes. But again, the Rafaela also has a lot more kits to work around with. Vision, heal. So I think they want to go, head to head with Smart Omega when it comes to the healing, when it comes to the sustain.
I feel like one of the reasons as well as why they picked up Rafaela is they can't catch us if we're moving fast. And even if they do try to go with a chase, you have the ultimate coming up from Rafaela that can stun them and stop them from actually doing whatever it is that they want. But honestly, a draft looking so well, looking so fire for Smart Omega as well as ROCKA Esports here. Don't forget to comment who do you think has the better draft. At syempre, magandang gabi din po sa mga kakapasok lang sa ating live stream. Naging English conference kami dito ni Burger Game kasi huling cast namin, English. So yung nag-default English kami dito. But huwag kayo mag-alala, nagtatagalog po kami.
Okay, actually ako rin sabi ko, teka lang UniPin Ladies Series Championship Philippines. So pwede mag-Tagalog. Sorry, tama si Hugo last cast namin kasi English, as in solid English, you can't even put Tagalog words. I mean, may times na syempre gusto mag-Tagalog, diba? Pero ito na, straight into game number 1, best out of 3 to, which means that, okay, medyo exciting kasi BO3. Iba kasi yung yung tempo if it's BO5. So BO3 for Smart Omega, a lot at stake, especially since lower bracket ito, Yuko.
Exactly. Parang yung tension, we really feel it in the air. Tapos syempre, speaking of air, nakita natin skills are being thrown out into the air early game. But as we know, hindi naman talaga mag-aambahan yan unless you're someone like Amore na the Pretty is gonna connect and that's gonna be so close to Taiga. It'll just one connecting onto one, but Amore will be a-okay. Na-sustain, na-heal naman, and that will be a good response from Smart Omega. But that was so close. Muntik na.
Yeah, actually, Flicker Bird for Taiga. Sakto rin yung pasok doon ni Atsushi. If not, that would have been the first blood drawn in by Omega. So, ang ganda ng pag-respond dito ng dalawang teams natin. And looking at our lane matchup, bihira ko lang ito makita, Yuko, kasi almost every single cast that I do, halos parate ban yung Joy. So, hindi ko to nakikita kadalasan sa XP lane. So, let's see yung matchup pa. Ang sakit rin kasi dito ng Joy, especially since naka-Vengeance. Ang bilis pa makakuha ng items. It's also on a mystery shop as of the moment. And now, almost 2 minutes in, both sides nagkukuha pa rin ng resources. Bottom side though, Yuko, I'm not so sure about this matchup kasi mahihirapan talaga dito si Shinoa, especially in the start. Mas maraming AoE or mas maraming range talaga yung isang Melissa as compared to a carry that still needs more time. As you can see, bumalik na agad dito si Shinoa back to the base to get in some HP. Here comes the first turtle.
And I actually agree sa sinabi mo kanina, mahirapan talaga si Shinoa dito. That's probably why ang iniisip ng Smart Omega dito is kailangan hindi maiwan ang carry natin. But as you've said, Turtle is already uploads in both teams. Our team is jumping in and out of that's going to be out of teams being connected. And that's going to be the content of the Turtles are going to be jumping in. All out first blood does go over the side of the ladies in red, but Blue does answer immediately. With that, it will be a 1-3 possibly. Tignan natin kung madadagdagan pa. The Turtle is still going to be here, and it looks like that will be a lot of resources, a lot of advantage going over to the team of Smart Omega. Kaya syempre, gusto pang pumitas na isa, pero nakamambout na agad.
Wow, actually, for Smart Omega, ang ganda ng response nila. And isa to sa latest edition rin nila when it comes to the XP lane. Snot Ayanami, one of the most aggressive XP laners that I've ever seen. And usually yun talaga yung kailangan eh. Sobrang aggressive. I think she's so fearless when it comes to, going head to head. Katulad ng ganyan, no? Hindi siya natatakot going up against Tofushi there on the XP lane. And now looking at Smart Omega, they're going all aggressive here, knowing that this is a Fredrin and an Estes. So, sustain lang at sustain. Ngayon, for ROCKA Esports is, biggest question is, who are you gonna take down? Ang heavy ng frontline dito ng Smart Omega, they got a Fredrin, they also got the glue, diba? So, para for ROCKA Esports, they have to peel that frontline first before they take down the backline.
And speaking of Fredrin, ang logic natin dito is, ang hirap niyang patayin kasi, hello, yung buhay niya, super kapal talaga. Now, pair that off with an Estes, parang okay, hanggang sa naabot ang buhay mo, ang buhay dito ni Keishi. And that's interesting because I really want to see what's gonna happen into the mid lane, but looks like early pa lang, nag-aambahan pa rin dito ang ROCKA Esports. That's hindi a good attempt. However, wala sila nakuhang trade any value doon. With that, they will be rotating over sa kanilang mid lane. Meron na iwan mag-isa, pero may third pa naman, so most probably she will survive unless mayroong ibang plano dito ang Smart Omega. There's gonna be a few pokes here and there kay Taiga. She does get CC, but that's okay. Rafaela yan, she will be able to move, speed her way out of there.
Looking at the items here, a lot of Molten Essence from the side of Smart Omega. Now we see the Fushi going to the jungle side here ng Smart Omega just to poke, just to create some attention up against Smart Omega. Now, nandito na rin yung second turtle of the game. And so far, Smart Omega is leading when it comes to the objectives, when it comes to the kills as well. At ngayon, they're positioning themselves here. And speaking of, ang ganda ng combo nito eh. Estes, Fredrin, ngayon, they just have to wait for Tetsu. Here comes the Feather Dare Strike. Konti na lang yung turtle, makukuha dito ni Keishi. And there goes the Appraiser's Wrath as well. Split by not Ayanami. Vengeance has been popped. And Taiga is the first one to go down. Amore picks up a double. And now, Tetsu dashing all the way out. Hindi na rin umaabot. Triple kill for Amore. And now he wants to go for more. Isa na lang yung natitira dito. Would be a maniac here. And that is going to be stolen there by Keishi. Walang maniac para kay Amore ngayon. Pero yung importante sa Smart Omega is they got the upper hand here. Diretso na rin dito sa middle tower.
Walang makakakuha ng maniac sa pamilya na to. But ang mahalaga nga, they were able to win that fight. Sakto, kakasabi mo lang, napakaganda ng combo and ng team fight potential ng Smart Omega. Really going in with that limitless. That's a lot of advantage, a lot of value going over to Valentina. And I have to say, here in the instant replay, let's see what actually happened. Turtle is up. Meron ng healing dito coming from the side of the red team. And as you can see, Estes was so safe at the backline. Ultimo yung damage dito nila, parang wala lang. And with that, Amore was able to free hit. There is a good attempt, of course, from ROCKA Esports. Kaso, pag lumapit ka kasi sa apat, ang mangyayari, 6 feet underground ka. And after getting those 4 kills, you're able to get the 5th one, but there's been another fight. Actually, may nahuling isa. Shinoa being able to get kill onto this Joy. And after that, ROCKA Esports, medyo nadalawang isip sila. Kasi they don't want to give a lot of advantage for Smart Omega, but they don't care. They're gonna jump in as there's a lot of fighting, a lot of CC. That is gonna be the CC connecting again. Tapos syempre, anong nangyari? Si Parsa lumipad na palabas ng Land of Dawn. Hindi na kinaya ni ate mo, girl. Maambag na siya dito. But as I say that, Shinoa was able to get 1 turret down. 9-2 now on the board with a 6K, 7K gold lead in favor of Smart Omega.
Ang laki rin ng difference dito when it comes to the items. Papunta ng third item yung Smart Omega as compared to ROCKA. Well, this does make sense since dalawang turtles nakuha ng Smart Omega. Tingnan natin kung magko-contest pa sila dito for the third one. And now there's a switch up of lanes as well. Pupwesto na rin dito si Shinoa on the top side. So going towards the XP. And bottom side though, not Ayanami gonna be pressured in by 3. I think she can actually take this one. Gonna flicker in. Tries to get Tetsu. Naka-ultimate na rin siya dito. Split. Pero yung makukuli niya dito, it's gonna be Taiga. Not gonna go for more. And that is gonna be Smart Omega. While all of that is happening, makakakuha sila yung final turtle of the game, leveraging their gold and XP even further.
Sabi nga nila, early game pa lang, really get a lot of lead. Really push what you can and take what you can, especially in a lineup like this na meron kayong carry. But wait lang, mukhang si Keishi may ibang minamata dito sa Gedli. But that Tofu Sushi was able to get away, being able to march her way into safety. Kaya looking back sa lahat ng mga laban na yun and all of those like gut-wrenching fight, wala pa tayo sa 10 minutes ng game natin. So what more pag nagka-item na yung mga heroes natin dito. But honestly, if I were to highlight someone, never mind, let's take a step back and see what is gonna happen here. Terrified connecting onto 2, napakagandang timing, and napakagandang angle coming from Amore. 4-0 and 5, by the way. And on the top lane again, looks like they're gonna be trying to push and shove the waves in. But going back to what I was saying, si Tofu Sushi, yung inisip ko dito na kapag mid or late game, kailangan protected siya, kailangan makapag-all-in siya. Because Joy, as well as Lancelot, they can turn the tides around.
Yep. As kung mapapansin mo rin si Not Ayanami, kayang-kaya na talaga ang isolo tong apat, habang yung the rest of Smart Omega, they're gonna go for more turrets here. 5 turrets as compared to ROCKA that only got 1. Yung medyo mahirap kasi dito for Smart Omega is ang hirap maabot yung likod. Si Mirai at si Shinoa. And as you can see, halos walang deaths dito yung mga damage dealers, Amor, as well as Shinoa. Wala pa silang deaths dito. And for ROCKA, nagsistruggle na sila dito i-peel down si Keishi and even si Not Ayanami here that has secured in a lot of gold here of the Avarice emblem. We haven't seen so much pick-off just yet from Penguin. Here comes the first Lord. Mukhang nag-engage yata dito yung ROCKA. Here comes the split onto Tetsu. Ang sakit ng damage dito ni Amore. And they're gonna go for another pick-off. Amore still survives with the electrifying beats as Not Ayanami gonna chase down 3. Tries to go in for Taiga. Nag-flicker in na siya. Lahat. There is the heal. It is still there as of the moment, but Taiga still able to survive that one.
I have to say, that was too deep kay Not Ayanami, but being the glue that he is, okay lang, walang problema. Kailangan nilang niyang maglakad palayo. But yeah, that's a lot of time kahit na paano na nakuha ng Smart Omega from ROCKA Esports. And you're actually right, yung mga damage dealers dito ng Smart Omega, they're actually untouchable because again of the front line. Which makes me think, sa side ng ROCKA Esports, their quote-unquote frontliner is actually Taekwondo Rafaela. She is not that tanky, but you know who's tanky? Again, it is Not Ayanami on this glue, trying to juggle that 1v2, but she'll be okay just like me and you. O, diba? Patak yung rhymes ko ngayon eh.
Saktong-sakto yun, ha? Ayos lang din tayo. Stay at the edge of your seats, guys. This is gonna be it for Smart Omega. Gonna push as much turrets as they can. Ito na yung inhibitor. Pumasok na rin si Not Ayanami. Will this be the end for ROCKA Esports? They have to melt down this Lord 10 minutes in. Smart Omega, gigil na rin makakuha ng lahat ng mga inhibitors. All of the ultimates being popped there. Taiga almost getting taken down there. Medyo mahirap talaga mag-engage dito, Yuko, no? Since it is her Rafaela. Meron nga siyang stun with the Holy Baptism, but that's not enough to go up against the Fredrin. And even the Estes that has a lot of sustain, nahihirapan na sila. Pero medyo masakit na rin kasi dito si Tetsu. So Smart Omega has to watch out for that as well. That is going to be their winning condition. Actually, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na maganda sana kung Carmilla. Sobrang ganda ng combos dito. Maaabot talaga nila yung backline. But again, the Rafaela here has been sustaining ROCKA Esports pretty well. And looking at the items, hindi na rin basta-basta mababurst down dito yung Smart Omega. There is the Oracle here for Mirai. And Shinoa already got in 3 core items for a carry.
Gusto ko lang sabihin na Cecilion tsaka Carmilla spammer po, si Burger Kim. Yung una ko siya nakilala nung unang panahon. So pag mayroon siyang binigay na analysis on these 2 heroes, guys, maniwala kayo na legit yun. But as you have mentioned, masakit na dito pag naglapag ng doll si Tetsu with that very good skin from Melissa, by the way. But yeah, they are slowly ramping up on damage. Lead is now ballooning to a 10k gold Tito, and the next main objective will be up in 25 more seconds. Medyo nag-struggle yung Smart Omega na close out yon, but that's okay. At least they did not force a fight that they did not need to push through with. So ginagawa na ngayon most probably ng ROCKA Esports, you know, wait, see if someone is gonna overstay their welcome. But as I say that, mukhang meron ng rose gold meter dito to Shinoa. The more damage, the more craziness you are gonna be seeing. But as I say that, Lord is now up. And of course, Smart Omega, sila ata ang nakauna.
Andito na rin si Penguin. Gonna try to go in for that steal. Here comes Tofushi as well. Nakuha na rin yung ultimate dito ni Amore. Tingnan natin sino makakakuha dito. As the Penguin will go for the steal. Ang ganda ng pagkapwesto doon. Pasok lang din, but this is gonna be deadly if ROCKA will actually be wiped out at that moment. Very nice steal there by ROCKA. Gonna give some breathing space here for ROCKA Esports to at least move around kasi so far, Smart Omega has been giving them such a hard time in all of the lanes. Ito na yung chance nila, makapush, makakuha ng pick-offs. They have to melt down this Lord for Smart Omega.
Yeah, melting down this Lord will be easy for carry. I am curious na yakin kanina, but wait, let's maybe a jump in coming from Penguin. Napasok talaga dito, maybe a knock up as well as the healing coming from this Estes. Baka hindi makakagalaw dito si Penguin kasi it's not Ayanami is there to say that they Atsushi gets kill onto one as well. Kaso mukhang grabe talaga damage dito ni Amore. Hindi alam kung sino titignan, hindi alam kung ano ang gagawin. Shinowa on top of that was able to put quite the damage onto ROCKA Esports 4-1 in favor of Smart Omega. But as I say that, mukhang yung Lord kumukuha pala ng isang torre dito. But yeah, as I was saying, that was an interesting interaction. I'm not sure if Smart Omega wanted to let the Lord reset or inali nila yung Lord sa ROCKA Esports as bait. But either way, it was cleanly stolen by Penguin and it was able to stretch the game a little bit more para sa ROCKA Esports team.
Yung only worry ko lang talaga dito for Smart Omega with their composition is wala talagang masyado nakakahuli kay Tetsu sa Clash. So as you can see, kung nakapwesto talaga ng maayos dito si Tetsu, it's gonna be hard to pick off that backline of ROCKA. But as of the moment, ang ganda kasi nung ginagawa ni Natayanami, nakakatakot rin talaga kung may glue na ka-immortality pa siya dito. At kung mapapansin mo, yung tina-target lang talaga niya dito si Atsushi or si Tetsu in all of the clashes, which is what's making it hard for ROCKA Esports to move forward. And for the rest of the members of ROCKA, okay lang talaga for Smart Omega to go up against them. And now Penguin as well gonna attempt that steal on the purple. Not gonna be able to do that as ROCKA Esports, at least as of the moment, hindi na ganun kalayo yung kanilang gold lead. So 46k for Smart Omega and 38 for ROCKA Esports. So they're still holding on to their lives for this dear game. And now 38 seconds na lang bago yung susunod na Lord dito, Yuko. It's gonna be hard to close out for Smart Omega. Lalo na nandito si Tetsu, not unless they're gonna try to pick her up.
Nako po, mukhang talaga ang Smart Omega dito. Smart damage, bintang yung Baitay. Mapapakay ka talaga. And with that, killing spree going over to Shinowa. Mukhang napakadali pa galing sa kanya. Kasi kill onto Amore. That shot on gold is gonna be very, very tasty. But now, ROCKA Esports, they have to take a step back. Kasi Smart Omega, if they get 1 or 2 more heroes, hindi na ito maganda para sa side nila. But again, that was a 1-to-1 trade. And you are right. Habang tumatagal, mas nakakabawi and mas nakakapagsabay ang ROCKA Esports dito. Just give them time to ramp up on damage, on items, you know the drill, and maybe secure the Lord para mas mapatagal pa nila ang laban. Kasi as I'm seeing kay Penguin, he is very, very confident right now. Kaya na makipagsabayan dito sa mga damage dealers. Kaso si Taiga, medyo napaka-ride as Rafael, of course, are so very, very vulnerable for sudden burst damage. Lord is roughly 50% left on HP. Pero syempre Smart Omega, they still want to get the juicy objectives on their hands. ROCKA Esports is gonna be waiting. There's gonna be a lot of folks and a lot of aggression. Kaso na-reset na ang Lord natin dito. Taiga again in front of everyone. Meron naman siyang pangalawang buhay kaya walang problema dito. Ang baka problema ngayon ay si Penguin kasi nagkapag 1v1 sinat-Ayanami sa kanya dito. Even with the hug, hindi kanya kayang i-let go kahit masakit na. Kasi yung teammates dito ni Penguin, ina-atake na siya. But still, all of those abahan might result to something as being mobilized starting onto one. Not Ayanami taking so much damage to the back line. Pero kung tayo Michael going over to Shinowa, immortality being put up by Taiga as well. Pero mukhang ROCKA Esports na bawasan ng isa, they don't want to risk it any further. On top of that, Smart Omega, they get the Lord.
Ito pa yung maganda na ginawa ng Smart Omega doon. Si Natayanami nag-flicker out siya. Actually, binate lang niya dito yung ROCKA na pumasok. Pero split-split, sobrang ganda talaga pang zone for the side of Smart Omega. And now, they know they have to close this game out. Pero there's start dito by Atsushi. Lord is knocking in the base of ROCKA. Andito na yung mga ultimates gonna be popped in by ROCKA Esports. They're gonna try to go for the end. Ang sakit na ni Shinowa dito. Pati na rin si Tetsu. They have to watch out for that. As Keishi, immortality will be popped to soak up the damage from the front lines. She gets taken down. Pero hindi pa rin talaga matapos ng Smart Omega itong game na to, as they're gonna be backing away from that one. Casey's already down. Shinowa gonna get in that purple as well as gonna do their very best to try and evade ROCKA Esports as of the moment.
you know, if Farsa did not pop yung for the airstrike na yun, I feel like makakapatay pa ng isa si Shinoa. Yeah, Carrie is such a beast and super scary kapag late game. But yeah, you are right. ROCKA Esports slowly pushing in, slowly surviving mortality. Might get popped here. Taiga, medyo napauna siya dito. Naiwan pa ang kanyang mga kasama. And with that, she does come back from the grave, but still, she will get annihilated by the Shinoa na apparently unstoppable na pala. 5-0-1 on the board. ROCKA Esports, they need to go back to the drawing board and just calm down, you know, think of their next possible plan. But as we have mentioned, ang kulang lang talaga sa kanila is a beefy frontline. Rafaela, she can last 2, 3, 4 seconds at most sa isang laban. But Fredrin, 75,872 seconds, kayang tumagal sa isang team fight.
Ngayon, yung malaking bagay dito para sa Smart Omega is kailangan nila mahuli si Tetsu or si Atsushi. Kasi yun talaga yung nagiging problema nila whenever they try to go for the base. Hindi nila ma-lock kasi either naka-combo dito yung Melissa or may feathered airstrike. So, yung makakahuli lang doon, more or less is not Ayanami with the split. Si Amor, not that much range. More of kasi yung Valentina, it's more of like close range, right? With the first 2 skills that it has. And for the carry, it's a given already na medyo close range din siya. So, yun talaga yung nagiging problema na nakikita ko dito for Smart Omega. And most of the time, for Amore as well, yung kinukuha niyang ultimate dito is the electrifying beats of the Joy. So, hindi natin nakukuha yung feathered airstrike. So, yun lang naman for Smart Omega. If ROCKA Azure is able to hold out their fort, making a play dito na ma-pick off si Shinoa or si Amore, I think they can actually at least destroy at least the second tier. But as for Smart Omega, they really need to take down the damage dealers here that have been the biggest problem for them kung bakit hindi nila ma-close out yung game even after 2 lords.
Time and time again talaga, nasasayawan ng damage dealers ng ROCKA Esports dito, yung damage dealers ng Smart Omega. And you are right, like, it's awesome that you brought that up. I wanna see kung ano dapat gawin ng Smart Omega dito because I've been hyping not Ayanami earlier na super tanky niya. But now, it looks like iba na ang naging story. Kasi, as you can see, ROCKA Esports, gabi ang sakit na ni Tetsu, ang sakit na din dito, Tofu Sushi, at Sushi as well, waiting for the airstrike, by the way. That's gonna be the jump in. Not Ayanami does get on. Actually, Amora dumps in with the alley-oop that's skill onto Atsushi. Checklist number 1 already there. May right to skill off the Taiga as well. Maka nagiging 2 to none so far. Penguin trying to jump away. Keishi does get the hands on the Lord. Tapos ngayon, okay, hindi naabot naman sila. So, try naman natin siguro si Tofu Sushi on this Joy. Kaso not Ayanami, still at the front line. Kinakalmahan lang nila. Looks like Smart Omega, they will be waiting for the Lord to probably meet them halfway. But as I say that, mukhang nilinis na po ng Smart Omega ang base ng ROCKA Esports. Minions are pouring in. Let's see if ROCKA Esports can go in with their tight defenses.
Luminous Lord na to for the side of Smart Omega. Low na dito si Tetsu. There's the immortalities being popped up. They're gonna lock in the base. And it's over finally after 3 Lords. That's gonna be Smart Omega picking up the victory for game number 1.
Victory!
Time and time again, we have seen Smart Omega win that. But I have to say, may mga shining moments din talaga ang ROCKA Esports dito. So, they were able, in a way, I'd like to think that they were able to make their lineup work. Like what you said, ang nangyari na talaga dito, nahuli si Atsushi, nahuli si Farsa, and it was difficult kasi pag -1 damage dealer, sino ang magpupunan ng kulang na yon? But you know, when it comes to the Lord dances, the objective takes, kaya talaga mga pagsabayan ng ROCKA Esports. That was a very interesting game number 1 to start of the night.
Yeah. Actually, I think for that last clash, yung ginawa ni Amor is sobrang crucial doon na she was able to pick off the backlines, and just as I was saying that they needed to pick off Atsushi and the Melissa, it is actually what they did and made it much more easier for them in the clashes, because imagine if they had Tetsu and Atsushi in that particular clash, that would have gone differently. And ang dami pang zone dito ng Smart Omega, not Ayanami popping in that split as you can see in the match highlights here.
And speaking of match highlights, madami yan, like from early up until the late. But what I've noticed sa mga highlights na to is common denominator niya, Smart Omega. Sila yung una nagpo-pull ng trigger. And this is something we talked about kanina. na they're gonna be this very aggressive lineup na time-time again. Maghahanap sila ng away, maghahanap sila ng pick-off. I'd like to think na if ROCKA Esports emit that similar kind of energy, yung mauuna silang pumasok or mag-jump in, or like maybe Farsa can stun someone, I'd like to think na they can actually go toe-to-toe and they can turn the tides around. But one thing na nagsistick sa isip ko ngayon is no early game kanina, naka-triple kill si Amore. So makes you wonder, will it really change anything given the fact na yung Valentina natin 3-0 early game pa lang?
Tsaka hindi rin, yung passive rin kasi ng Valentina, sobrang bilis niya maka-level up dito. Naging factor pa talaga yun. And naka-mystery shop emblem din siya. So, means that she got a lot more room to get in all the items that she needs. And yung kailangan lang talaga naman ng Valentina is to get those cooldown items, to get in those sustain items as well. At pwede na siya pumalagas. You can see sobrang aggressive niya sa mga clashes. Minsan you actually see her being the frontline na rin here of Smart Omega. The Arcane Shade and the Shadow Strike just proves to be too much for ROCKA Esports at times. At ito na yata yung last clash. Ito na yung last clash na Smart Omega and ROCKA. I think if hindi nahula dito ni Amore si Atsushi, it would have gone differently kasi yung high ground talaga ng ROCKA Esports, yun talaga yung pinaghahawakan nila this entire match. At kung mapapansin nyo na rin talaga, medyo naging struggle din talaga for Smart Omega to close out the game, and it took them 3 lords, 22 minutes in para matapos nila yung laban na to.
Goes to show na kahit paano mapalag talaga yung ROCKA Esports. Again, that was a beautiful game number 1. Really makes you wonder na what if hindi nga mahuli yung Farsa dito. But as in retrospect, it actually shows how quick on their feet yung Smart Omega natin. This is the post-game stats. MVP according to the game will be Amor 6-2 and 11. But I have to say, out of their 18 kills, 15 yung assist ni Mirai dito. Presence on the map, presence on the team fights is almost always, if not always there. Nakita mo na siya yung nagpaprotect dito kay Shinoa kung kailangan ng healing, ng sustain, ng blessing, ng kahit ano pa. Si Mirai na yung bahala sa team niya dito.
Grabe talaga yung frontline dito. I think the most deaths is gonna be Keishi, which is understandable here kasi siya talaga yung nagpa-front dito. If not si Not Ayanami yung nagpa-front dito for Smart Omega. It's a good game. 18-6 para sa side ng Smart Omega, pero hindi siya naging madali. 21 minutes in. And ROCKA Esports talagang may ilang beses tayo nakita na nakakuha sila ng upper hand, diba? Nakakuha sila ng mga towers. They were able to get in, they were able to steal the Lord, care of Penguin. But it's just not enough for them in this game number 1 as Smart Omega. Sila pa rin yung nagwagi dito in the last clash, which actually sealed the deal for them here in game number 1.
Pero syempre, this is a best of 3 game number 1 pa lang yun. Makes you wonder, Burger Kim, ano ang dapat gawing adjustments ng ROCKA Esports dito para ma-push naman ang ating first series for tonight to a game number 3?
I think it's the possible combos na pwedeng gawin ng ROCKA Azure or ROCKA Esports rather. They used to be called ROCKA Azure kaya medyo nalito ako doon. So it's ROCKA Esports. I think it's more of the wombo combos na pwede nilang gawin with their lineup. Kasi kung mapapansin mo for Smart Omega, yung maganda sa kanila is Fredrin Estes. Tapos meron pang glue. So sobrang naging madali rin talaga yung game for Amor as well as si Shinoa in that game na talagang makakapwesto sila ng maayos. And to think for the side of ROCKA, yung naging combo nila is Rafaela and Melissa or Rafaela and Farsa, which is still pretty much a good combo, pero it's not as effective as you would say, or meta effective as the Estes and the Fredrin na meron yung Smart Omega. So I think for ROCKA, they've got a good idea when it comes to drafting, but I think it's the possible combos for their side para ma-pull off itong game number 2 if ever they want to force out a game number 3 dito sa ating series na to.
A few more tweaks and syempre ROCKA Esports will definitely have it in their bag. But again, Smart Omega proving to us that they are very, very strong and can go up against their opponent kahit unang series, unang game pa lang of the night. And I actually do agree with what Burger Kim said dito. Konting adjustments lang talaga, more on in-game things. Plus, again, I'm not really a fan of a lineup na full-on malambot. So maybe you throw in a front line. Maybe glue, agawin yung glue. Pwede yun. Or maybe kunin yung Fredrin to be able to limit yung Fredrin tsaka Estes combo dito. But we'll never know. Mali mo naman, mayroon pa palang ibang plano ang ating ladies from ROCKA Esports in this game number 2. But again, overall, it was so good. Like yung mga damage dealers nila, they really kept us at the edge of our seats. And ML na ML yung mga players natin. Hindi lang yan maganda, hindi lang yan charming, pati sa mga laruan natin kaya makipagbangpakan, kaya makipagsabayan.
Yeah, actually, I think for ROCKA, I actually thought that was KG for a moment. Hindi, sa ROCKA Azure pala yan. So this time, Yuko, that's gonna be ROCKA Esports gonna have the first pick here. And I think they were also considering yung global ban system. Kaya naman, para pinag-iisipan talaga nila yung mga ipipiliin nila. And as you can speaking of the global bans, there you have it. The Farsa, the Melissa, the Joy, the Lancelot, and the Rafaela are already out for ROCKA. And as for Smart Omega, yung mga picks rin nila for game number 1 is already out now. Faramis gonna get taken out here by ROCKA Esports. Hindi ako tataka rin kung tanggalin dito ng Smart Omega yung mga other meta picks na halos hindi talaga tinatanggal or halos hindi talaga binibigay. The 1-1 na nakita natin, prenayo ban rin dito ng ROCKA Esports for their picking and banning phase.
I feel like third or second ban kanina si 1-1. So, here's the funny thing sa meta natin. If you're red side, you're more or less forced to ban out a 1-1 unless may tiwala ka na it's fine, kaya nating sabayan, kaya nating sagutin yung 1-1. That's possible for like 1 out of 10 times. So might as well ban it while you can. Pero looks like Natalia will still be a staple ban for ROCKA Esports. Then as I say, 1-1 gets taken out. On top of the glue, by the way. So ayaw ng Smart Omega dito ng may yayakap, may didikit sa kanila, or that just very meaty and tanky frontline that's gonna cause him a lot of problems. What I am curious though right now is kung ano ba and kung sino ba yung magiging damage dealers nila dito.
Yeah, yun nga, no? Repeat ban itong Natalia for the side of ROCKA Esports. We've seen this Natalia sa side ng Smart Omega. Actually, they brought this out in the SEA Games and proved to be really deadly. ROCKA Esports not gonna let that one go. Wala na rin yung dalawang meta picks in terms of the XP lane. So the Glue and the Joy are out. Ling is open here for both sides to pick up kasi mostly so far, Yuko, we've seen a lot of fighter tank junglers, and as I was saying, Ling is immediately going to be banned away by Smart Omega. Hindi pa rin talaga nila ipapalampas itong hero na to. Now, first pick here for ROCKA, open pa rin naman yung open actually ngayon yung Eve. Open rin yung Valentina for the side of ROCKA Esports. It really just depends on what they want to go first. This is also open, by the way. And they're gonna lock in the R-lot this time for ROCKA Esports. Now, with Smart Omega gonna go for the Eve. Okay, they're gonna go for the Eve. And usually, ano ba tinatapat sa R-lot? Usually, mga lapu-lapu. ROCKA is, by the way, is still banned. So, hindi pa rin siya mailalabas dito. I was thinking of ROCKA kasi isa rin to sa mga specialties ng Smart Omega. Magmemelisa kaya dito si Shinoa. Magiging maganda rin yun. Oy, pero classic ano rin to Classic lineup ng Smart Omega. Beatrix, one of the heroes na kilala si Shinoa for. She actually got the first Savage in one of the tournaments that she played, and sobrang naging memorable talaga siya kasi naging icon rin talaga yung Beatrix for Smart Omega. Not just for the Smart Omega Empress, even for their male team, kay Kelra, naging sikat rin talaga tong Beatrix na to. So, classic standard heroes that Smart Omega will pick up for their side, but this is also very deadly for the side of Smart Omega. Claude and the Kadita for the side of ROCKA Esports.
See, ang maganda kay Claude dito, he can just DMI his way in and out of the fight, pop to Blazing Duet, tapos magugulat na lang yung damage nila, parang, oh my gosh, ang sakit, what's happening? And then he can just, jump away. So, I was about to say they could pick up Kaja kasi Kaja is now open and mukhang 2 steps ahead ang Smart Omega sa akin. Pag mayroong Blazing Duet, just be the sacrificial lamb, or in this case, sacrificial bird. Use a divine judgment. Ilayo mo sa damage dealer mo. Take one for the team. But I've been seeing a lot of good plays and a lot of good combinations with Kadita. Kasi imagine, obviously, if you have an Eve, mag-real manipulation ka. So, most likely, the damage dealers are gonna be somewhere within the area. You can use yung second skill dito. You can even jump in with the rock waves. Grabe yung burst damage na kanya ipakita ng hero na to. But you mentioned Arlot, so you mentioned Lapu-Lapu. Alam to ng ROCKA Esports. We should ban out this hero para namang mas may leeway or mas makahinga yung Arlot natin.
Oo, nakita na nila, no? So far, dive yung lineup dito ng ROCKA Esports. Actually, ang ganda sana nung Faramis dito for their side if they wanted to go for the dive. I like this Kaja. Isa rin sa mga heroes na pwedeng mag-cancel ng real-world manipulation. So, very, very smart choice coming out from Smart Omega. They pick up this Kaja na meron din vision with the Ring of Order and as well as the Divine Judgment na pwede sana kunin ng ROCKA Esports. Actually, I think they're gearing up for a mid lane Kadita. They're still taking away, they're still respecting Penguin here sa mga heroes niya. Pati na rin si Keishi. So, halos dalawang bans dito on the junglers sa Smart Omega and ROCKA Esports. Now, they both still need junglers here. They still need a roamer for the side of ROCKA, not unless that is a roamer Kadita. I think we'll find out later on for their last two picks dito. Yeah, they still need not Ayanamis here, so I think they might actually prioritize this one. Sino kaya yung pwedeng makatapat ng Arlot as of the moment sa kanyang lane? Kasi out na yung Lapu-Lapu dito. Wala na rin yung Joy. Out na rin yung Blue since they've already picked it up in the first game.
It's time to bring out Mia. Just kidding. There's the Mia hover and the login for Minsitar. Similar-ish vibes, hindi mo naman kailangan patayin si Arlot. You just have to make sure na wala siyang magagawa pag lumapit siya sa'yo. And again, going back to what I've been saying in game number 1, Smart Omega ladies, they really love their team fights. Minsitar is one of those heroes na pag naglapag ng King's Calling, parang nagtatawag na ng mga patay na kaluluwa from their opponents. Going back to ROCKA Esports, show will be hovered here, which is good kasi one of the ways to literally isolate anyone is just kick them right in the face, ilayo mo sila. Could be an Eve, could be a Kaja even, para lang wala kayong Divine Judgment for Claude. Pwede din naman ditong Beatrix if you have the time. But it looks like they're gonna go back to what works for them, tsaka yung mas safe na option, which should be Lilia na bahala na lang sa combo. Safe at the backline, masakit pag may sumabog na bomba.
By the way, this is match point already for Smart Omega and we're seeing some new picks here. By the way, open na rin pala yung Amon dito, kaya kinuha dito ni Penguin. At ang hirap nito pag nag-snowball, Yuko. Yung Amon na talagang wreaks havoc. Isang combo lang ng kanyang mga skills, isang combo lang ng shards. It's gonna delete you from the map. And Smart Omega actually having a much contemporary draft when it comes to the meta. I like the Minsitar kasi maganda siya up against the Claude, up against the Arlot as well. So, hindi sila basta-basta rin makakakilos dito. For Smart Omega, they got a good high ground. They got a good front to back. As for the side of ROCKA Esports naman, expect to see a lot of initiations coming from their side kasi ang daming dives dito. Ang dami pang pick-off. And by the way, roamer ka dito yun, Yuko, kung napansin mo.
Something new para sa atin. And gaya nga ng sabi ko kanina nung game number 1, nakukulangan lang ako sa ROCKA Esports with them putting the trigger first. Yes, they were able to start a handful of fights kanina. But ngayon, I feel like gantong lineup, mas komportable sila. Kahit isang pick-off lang, they're good to go. Just make sure na buhay yung Claude dito, protected, and anything else. But then again, it will truly, truly depend on how the early game is gonna be. And ang masabi ko lang dito, Lilia, ng early game, mahirap yan kasi safe sa backline. Tapos meron pang bomba na kailangan mong kunin dito. But we're gonna jump into the Land of Dawn. Again, Smart Omega up on one game. This is a best of 3. And you're watching UniPin Ladies Championships. And we're gonna be your casters. I'm Yuko. Alongside me is Burger King.
And I like this Lilia pick from the side of ROCKA Esports. First Blood Queen. She actually has almost the same toolkit na meron ng isang Eve, the slows from her bombs. Well, I guess the Eve just has a lot more range to work around with, but the Lilia is actually pretty good. We're gonna expect to see ROCKA Esports engage a lot more in this game. Kung mapapansin mo, Amon, Arlot, ito yung mga heroes na pwedeng mag-set up ng tempo dito for ROCKA Esports. And that's something that they needed. Like what you mentioned, Yuko, kanina sa game number 1. Hinunang talaga sila sa engage. And this time, they actually have a lot more. Munti ka na dun si Mirai, but they actually got the vision there on the riverside. So ngayon naman, looking at our gold lane, we see a standard Claude versus Beatrix on the lane. Nothing too different there, but I'm more curious to see the XP lane there, the Mincitar and the Arlot. Actually, for me yung Mincitar medyo mahirapan lang talaga siya sa clear. Pero in terms of crowd control with the King's Calling, meron naman siya eh. So tingnan na lang natin, kailangan rin talaga maging aggressive dito ni Tofushi sa kanyang lane.
Nako po, looks like si Tofu Sushi yung medyo na-agresibuhan ngayon. Not the one being aggressive, that was a good attempt and good control coming out from Not Ayanami. At gusto ko din actually mag-touch sa sinabi mo. Isang King's Calling talaga, wala nang problema dito si Not Ayanami. Pero mukhang ang may problema ngayon ay si Mirai kasi nilulunod siya dito ni Soju. Nilulunod ng Soju.
Ng Soju. Yeah. I actually figured na sasabihin mo sana yun, no? Nakakagutom rin talaga yung mga names dito ng ROCKA Esports, but hold that thought. It's gonna be Keishi picking up the first turtle of the game, as well as the first blood. Krish is gonna go down. Here comes the real manipulation. The Soldier gonna use that rock waves out to safety. Nandito na yung blazing duet by Tetsu just to clear out the waves, pero Smart Omega pa rin ang nakakuha ng first turtle and first blood.
Masarap yung unang nakain ng Smart Omega dito. Turtle agad, gets the gold, gets all of those seeds in the early game. Plus, a pressure dito sa ating bottom lane na si Tetsu lang naman ang nandyan. Natatandaan nila, nagamit na niya yung Blazing Duet, but I feel like they know na the spell is still available. So with that, they didn't really want to force anything just yet. Ring of Order being popped by Mirai as well. So, looking at the sides, ngayon, ROCKA Esports are a lot more attentive sa mga positioning and sa movements around the map. I love the fact that they were able to adjust agad. The rough waves being popped. Mirai, napakasakit talaga. That is gonna be a jump in from this last slot. Pero napasakit ng tuso. Kahit tubig pa yan. That is gonna be Keshi. Pero mukhang nakapag-sidestep pa dito sa Gedli. Krish gonna be popping in with the black shoes. Kaso mukhang nahili naman dito ni Kajo with the Divine Judgment. However, she is still alive. That's maybe a knock of airborne for Keishi. And as I say that, may biglang bumaril sa Gedli as Shinoa gets one kill for herself.
Grabe yung sayaw doon. Ang tagal bago nila na-take down si Krish. Actually, for the side of ROCKA Esports, they were buying some time low na rin si Mirai. I think Krish wanted to take her down. But unfortunately, hindi niya na-expect yung pagkadalaw dito ni Shinoa. And one burst from that Beatrix, just enough to take her down. Wala na rin siyang black shoes at that moment. So once again, Smart Omega still leading this round. Dito na rin, papunta na tayo sa second turtle. Hindi pa ganun kalayo yung lead dito ngayon ng ng Smart Omega. But they can actually pressure. We see ROCKA Esports actually engaging a lot more here. So tingnan natin kung magagawa ulit nila to sa turtle fight as they're gonna be positioning themselves here on this side. Keishi, kinahampas na rin dito yung turtle. Let's see who will take this one.
We get the mid lane though. Mukhang meron tayong real manipulation coming in from one. Penguin does get bursted out by Amore. And with that, there is gonna be a revenge kill. Akala ko si Kadita makakakuha no, pero apparently it is a kill going over to Krish on this Lilia. And habang may Rocktas, habang may away sa mid lane, may sariling mo daw ang dalawa dito sa ating turtle pit. Let's go with the macro plays. Tapos sa bot lane naman, Shinoa, taking some damage, but hey, early game pa naman, kaya-kaya pa niyang i-withstand yung gantong damage. It's barely just 6 minutes into game number 2 anyway, pero ngayon mukhang nag-rotate naman si Soju as well as si Tetsu. Possible 2v2, but I think mas maganda kung magmamamba out muna si Tetsu.
Ang ganda nun, no? Actually, dami gold plating nakuha dito ni Shinoa. Kaya sobrang, kakakuha lang niya ng Blade of Despair dito. Such an early Blade of Despair. And that is gonna actually create a lot of damage up against ROCKA Esports. Nakakuha pa ng mid tower dito yung Smart Omega. Napakalaking bagay nito, Yuko. Since this is gonna open up the map a lot for Smart Omega para every time they actually go in for the objective takes, Lord and Turtle, mas makakapwesto sila. And as as for ROCKA Esports, they're struggling to find an opening here. Saan ba sila pupwesto muna? Sa mid ba? Sa bottom side na halos nakakakuha ng advantage dito si Shinoa up against Tetsu, na kailangan rin nila intindihin dito sa gold lane. So kung mapapansin mo, nakapwesto na sila dito lahat sa bottom side.
Stop while the bleeding is not yet intense. Nako, meron tayong concealed play kaso nakita nila lumalayo si Claude. So, you know what? Let's take what they can. Kumuha tayo ng turret dito. Let's gonna be like 33 more seconds before the next objective will be up. Smart Omega, pagkakuha ng isang tore sa ating bot lane, taas agad tayo sa mid. See kung makakuha pa tayo ng value ng any good trade. But ROCKA Esports, I feel like they want to fight. They have the resources for it. Ultimates are available. Wala lang ditong spell si Tetsu. That's going to be the focus onto one. Mirai going toe-to-toe against Tofu. Sushi Shinowa going under the turret. Rough Waves has been casted as well. Pero ngayon, habang may laban, clear pa pala ng wave dito si Amore. Just make sure hindi makakapag-push in ang ROCKA Esports dito. And not as the ability to do it. Connecting onto one, connecting onto two. BMI has been popped as well. Wala pa ring, I was about to say, wala pa ring trade. But grabe naman yung snipe dito ni Shinoa. Para kapag Smart Omega, kailangan ata magaling mag-Beatrix, di ba?
Oh, predicted. Grabe yung prediction doon ni Shinoa. I think, akala siguro ni Tofushi. Hindi. Okay lang, medyo malayo naman si Shinoa doon. Pero grabe yung pagkakalculate doon ng sniper. Was actually able to take down Tofushi at that moment, and still a good trade for Smart Omega. At feeling ko, sobrang tagal na nitong laban na to, Yuko, kasi it's just 7 minutes in. Turtle pa lang yung nagsaspawn sa Land of Dawn, pero ang dami ng ganap. Pero yung maganda rin lang talaga dito, Yuko, is sobrang low ng kill score count, which means that maingat rin dito yung ROCKA Azure. So they really have the discipline as well na mag-disengage kung alam nila na hindi sila lalamang doon sa clash na yon. And now, actually, naghahanap talaga sila dito eh. Especially si Soju, kanina pa siya nagpupwesto sa mga bushes looking for the right target, especially dun sa turtle na papunta na rin dito si Keishi.
Okay. I was about to comment na anytime soon we're gonna be seeing the Lord. Yung mukhang gusto atang madala dito ng ROCKA Esports to the Lord. I see na Ayanami. On top of that, they were able to get one turret. Pero syempre, dahil nasa baba sila, mas nakakagalawang Smart Omega dito sa taas. You get the Lord, we get the turret. Tiyan natin who will get to balloon the lead in further. So, taking a little bit too much for the damage. 2 and 4 pa rin naman ang ating board dito with a 3k roughly gold lead in favor of Smart Omega. You are right, low kill count pa rin. It shows na ROCKA Esports, see, it's interesting kasi they're a lot aggressive this game number 2. Pero they don't like fumble as much. Lahat calculated, they know saan mag-rotate, and they still are able to think on their feet.
At saka hindi rin ganun kalayo yung gold lead kasi kanina it was more of like 8k towards the side of Smart Omega. This time, nababalance out nila. Dalawa yung towers na nakuha for the price of a Lord. Let's see kung mako-convert ito ng Smart Omega. This better be worth it for them as they try to get in Divine Judgment here by Mirai. Makakatakas pa si Tofushi. There's the final slash. And the placing duet from Tetsu. Pero maiipit siya doon sa King's Calling as Amore and Shinoa will be picking up that killing spree. Andito na rin yung Lord 2 down for the side of ROCKA Esports. Soju umaabang na rin doon sa bush. Okay, hindi niya mahuli doon si Amore. They're continuing the pushes here as well as not Ayanami in the mid lane. There is the real world manipulation. There is also the rock waves out. Nag-flicker in na rin si Shinoa to get in that kill. As Smart Omega once again in the driver's seat pa rin dito, in control of this match as they pick off 3.
4-0-1 on Shinoa sa Beatrix na to. Calculated ang bawat galaw. That's gonna be another engage from Tofu Sushi. Was not able to get anyone, but at least napauwi niya or napaalis niya ang Smart Omega. However, Smart Omega, yeah, we're not gonna leave without this buff. Thank you. Tapos, most likely, they're gonna be looking for next openings. But, yeah, so far, it looks like Smart Omega, they are able to handle the tides and the tempo ng game natin. They will be capping it out sa side ng ating mid lane before they wait probably for their next objective. But, pati yung minion wave natin dito, it's pretty much in favor of Smart Omega. However, Kailangan lang talaga ng isang magandang pick-off ng ROCKA Esports dito. It seems like they keep on fighting 5v5. Let's see what's gonna happen kung mag-pick off sila. Like, try lang, you know, if they can catch Shinoa off guard, kahit si Amore dito or Amor, it's gonna be a lot useful para sa kanila. But after getting another buff from ROCKA Esports, Smart Omega very much happy with what they're getting. They will be continuing on roaming around the Land of Dawn.
Uy, ganda rin nung ginagawa dito ng ROCKA. Penguin has been doing this since game number 1. Nag-1v1 duels siya dito with Keishi on the top side. At mukhang masa-spot out yata siya dito ng Smart Omega. There is the divine judgment that Shinoa still unstoppable at this point. I'm not so sure if that was a good call for ROCKA Esports, but that was some pressure on the lanes. At ngayon, there's the rough waves. There's the blazing duet from Tetsu. Real world manipulation. Avoid the first one to go down. Black shoes has been popped. Keishi as well. Gonna try to go in for Tokushi. Pero medyo makunat siya dito. Not for Shinoa though. She's gonna get taken down. That's gonna be 2-for-1 exchange in favor still of Smart Omega. Wala na dito yung jungler nila. Will they go for the Lord this time? I think they're gonna just clear out the waves as much as possible. Hindi muna sila maglo-Lord dito.
Mahirap daw kasi baka manalo pa sa numbers game yung ROCKA Esports dito. I have to say though, that previous fight, it was immaculate. Kasi nakikita mo how disciplined Smart Omega is with sino ba ang target nila. And that came a lot of good ways, a lot of good deals for them. Keishi does get the hands on the Lord. Hindi na dito nakasilip si Krish, and it's back to square number 1. Nakuha natin yung lead. What's next? Yun ang tanong ngayon na nagpa-pop sa ulo ng Smart Omega ladies natin.
Uy, hindi pala to Vengeance Claude. Ngayon ko lang din napansin. Naka-sprint Claude pala dito si Tetsu. So I was actually expecting a Vengeance usually on the Claude, pero sprint actually to escape the clash. I think usually ginagawa kasi dito ng Claude ni Tetsu is to do the cleanup work. Kung mapapansin mo, siya talaga yung huling pumapasok sa clash. It always catches Smart Omega off guard. At yun talaga yung kailangan dito ng ROCKA Esports, because Smart Omega has always been the team to engage first. At kung mapapansin mo, protektado talaga itong dalawang to, si Shinoa at si Amore. Halos trio tong nagro-rotate dito, at yung ginagawa na lang dito rin ni Not Ayanami is to provide vision, to be the front line for their side, kasi yung pagka-build niya dito is actually a hybrid Mincetar. So here comes the Lord, Yuko. Penguin gonna go down in that 1v1 duel. And dito na rin yung Lord for the side of Smart Omega. Keeps calling his up, flicker out from Not Ayanami, but still gets taken down by Tetsu. And dito na rin yung blazing duet. Ang sakit ng damage dito ni Shinoa. Isang ultimate lang is enough to take down 2. They're gonna try to go in for the base dito. Tetsu na lang yung natitira. Wala na yata siyang blazing duet. They're gonna lock in the base dito for Smart Omega. Ito na yung katapusan. They will take the series with a clean sweep up against ROCKA Esports.
Honestly, grabe yung duel dun sa top lane kanina. Like,
1v1 eh, no?
Yung kalamhay ko, wow, dang, this girl on fire! Literally, sa ating Land of Dawn, that was amazing to watch. At syempre, dahil nga doon, they were able to like move around or control yung nangyayari sa ating bottom lane part of the map, and they do have the Lord again para mga pag-push dito. But I have to say, starting the night with a 2-0 in favor of Smart Omega, congratulations. That was a beautiful series to watch and cast. But of course, to ROCKA Esports, yes, it was a 2-0, but game number 2 was a lot closer than what we've seen sa game number 1. Kudos to them for being able to adjust super quick. There were a lot of things na na-check naman nila technically sa kanilang win condition list. It just so happened that maybe na-out-damage ng Beatrix, which was so crazy, by the way. Nagulat ako, like how, bakit pa nagbe-Beatrix ako, hindi ganun kalakas yung damage, tapos ako yung namamatay. But they make it look so easy, right? But yeah, kudos sa dalawang teams natin dito. And a lot of highlights yet again from early up until the end ng ating game. This Lancelot really is the one for the books. Keishi provided a lot of threat, and demanded a lot of attention for the side of Smart Omega.
Yeah, now, here's the thing about the match highlights here. I think parehas, itong dalawang games na to, hindi siya one-sided eh. Actually, yung first game, it was more of nahirapan yung Smart Omega paano i-close kasi mas maraming range yung ROCKA Esports. This time naman, sa second game, ang lapit na ito eh. It was more of like objectives na ginagawa ng ROCKA Esports. Pero yun lang nga, no, Smart Omega, naging mahirap na rin talaga sa kanila with the pick here of Smart Omega na isa rin sa kanilang mga picks na nakilala talaga sila, the Beatrix na talagang nagpahirap dito sa ROCKA Esports in all of the clashes. And by that time na nakakuha na ng items dito si Shinoa, sobrang hirap na rin talaga. Even like yung mga pick-off heroes dito like the Kadita and the Amon, hindi na rin talaga nahula dito si Shinoa. And kung mapapansin nyo, no, paulit-ulit na rin siya nakakakuha ng mga kills. And hindi na rin siya na-shutdown at this entire game number 2.
Alam mo, naisip ko nga doon, ang na-imagine ko mga instances, yung di ba may nadi-divine judgment si Kaja? Ang ginagawa ni Shino, tinututok niya yung laser-ish thingy ng Beatrix. Boss, dito mo ilagay. Ready na ako. And that very much secures yung kill na nakuha nila. But again, I just cannot emphasize this enough. The team fight prowess and the team fight power coming out from Smart Omega was such a spectacle to watch. Ayun, look at that. Ang ganda ng timing doon. Goodness me. Ni Keishi. That was my favorite highlight for game number 2. And it provided a lot of value and a lot of power para sa Smart Omega towards that bot lane. And kung mapapansin mo, Blazing Duet is supposed to be scary. But it seems like tinatangki lang din ng Smart Omega yung damage ng Claude dito.
Oo, yun na nga yun, no? At para kay Shinoa, yung huling pick-offs nila na dalawa. And speaking of Shinoa, she is going to be the MVP for this game. At kung hindi nyo na narinig yung sinabi ko kanina, sabi ko na sobrang daming gold plating na nakuha ni Shinoa. At kung mapapansin mo yung gold lead niya, next to Keishi, siya yung pinakamaraming gold. Sobrang aga niya rin nakuha yung kanyang BOD at yung kanyang Malefic Prayer, which kinda explains why na sobrang sakit na rin nung damage niya from all of her ultimates. Plus, good positioning from her was actually the way to close out this game. Props as well to Amore and Mirai for assisting Shinoa in this entire game. Imagine mo, you have to go up against a real world manipulation and a divine judgment. So hindi rin naging madali dito for the mid and roam of ROCKA to actually pull off the place, especially for Soju. Kung mapapansin mo, props to Soju rin na naghahanap rin talaga siya ng target doon in all of the major team fights. Pero yun lang no, it's either nauunahan sila ng Smart Omega when it comes to positioning or when it comes to engagement. So it's a good game, well played for both sides, and congratulations to Smart Omega for moving forward. I'm pretty sure they're looking forward to be in USC 2023 once again this year, because they actually finished next to ROCKA actually last time. They've gone up against each other dun sa UniPin, the major championships that was held in Indonesia as well. So malaking factor to na parang kumbaga they're gonna be moving forward. So it's only one of them that will be able to advance. So it's actually Smart Omega. Makakatapat nila ang MHRLK G unit for the next game, and still a best out of 3.
New season, new me pala ang ginagawa ng Smart Omega dito, as well as our other lady teams dito in the tournament. But yeah, that was a very, very powerful start. It was just a lot of things to unpack and even to digest. Pero napakaganda kasi you see how much these teams know the game and how much they are also able to think again. I keep on using this term, pero it's the perfect one. Think on their feet or on their hands. Kasi technically, pag nag-mobile games nga pala, nakaganto sila. But all of those split-second decision-making skills, even the draft, and yeah, you even mentioned yung gold plating dito na nakuha ni Shinoa, that pretty much translated into her getting an obnoxious amount of damage in game number 2. And yung real manipulation plus yung divine judgment dito, I'm trying to imagine myself in that situation na parang, okay, I'm safe. Hindi ako nakuha ng divine judgment. Yehey, wala ako flicker. And then, meron na tayong real manipulation. So, it's a lot of problems na hindi agad-agad masasagot ng katapat ng Smart Omega.
Yeah, and speaking of Smart Omega, Yuko, andito na sila ngayon. Gonna head over straight to this interview. Hi, Smart Omega!
Hello po!
Now, Yuko, you wanna do the honors of interviewing Smart Omega first? I'm pretty sure you have a lot of questions for our silver medalists sa SEA Games. And now, they're gonna be moving straight forward na makatapat ang MHRLK G unit.
Ayan, okay. So first off, congratulations for winning that Series 2-0. Napakabilis and napakalinis. You guys deserved it. So, up against your next opponent, like, ano yung expectations nyo for yourselves?
Actually, magandang laban din yung next match. Thank you rin sa ROCKA, syempre, nakabawi kami sa kanila. Then sa MHRLK, best friend kasi ng mga players ko yun. So, maganda rin yung sana mapakita ang laban namin against MHRLK.
Ayun, speaking of besties, baka may message kayo sa MHRLK before we start our match. Just some friendly, tons of friendly messages there bago tayo magsimula. Sino gusto?
Ako na daw. Good luck daw po sa MHRLK. Good luck pala sa amin daw. Good luck sa amin kasi mabigat po at kalaban talaga yung MHRLK. Isa rin po sa top female ngayon yan. Female team sa MLB.
Okay, so last question, to lighten up the mood. Ano ang magiging dinner nyo pag kayo ang nanalo?
Siguro, mahaba yung namin eh. Kumbaga, nasa momentum kami galing forward bracket. Siguro, advantage din siya. Mas marami kaming matches played against kung sakaling manalo kami sa kanila.
Alright. So, ayan. Narinig na yung side ng Smart Omega. I'm pretty sure marami rin gusto sabihin yung MHRLK. Two besties gonna go up against each other. So, Yuko, any more questions for Smart Omega before we head over to the next round? Or wala na?
Yeah.
Okay na tayo. Gusto tayo. Okay, thank you so much, Smart Omega. Empress, congratulations sa win nyo and hopefully yung susunod na match, makita ulit namin yung magandang laban. So, thank you so much. See you again later para sa match ng MHRLK G-Unit and Smart Omega.
They're a fun bunch to watch. Napaka-humble tsaka nakakatawa tignan yung mga ladies natin. Parang very classy, finesse na finesse sa ating post-game interview. And yeah, that's them coming off from a win. And you could see na they are very, very excited sa next and final match nila for the day. Kaya nga nang sabi ng kanilang rep ng coach nila dito, it's probably gonna be a long night.
Definitely, right? At saka malaking bagay rin na pala sila, they're good friends. Actually, I think this is what a lot of people don't know about these ladies who have been going up against each other for a long time na talaga sila malapit na talaga sila, and I think the female scene is growing continuously. So talagang magkakilala tong mga ladies na to. Scrims, even outside scrims, they really are good friends. So honestly, I'm looking forward to this match kasi MHRLK G-Unit, isa rin to sa mga names na kilala talaga sa larangan ng MLBB, especially in the female scene. So for Smart Omega, just one more step away before they can actually head over to USC 2023 this year. Let's see if they will be facing once again Zol FP for that, maybe that rematch. Pero they have to go up against MHRLK G-Unit first. But for now, this is Burger Kim and Yuko. Stay tuned for the next match here at the UniPin Ladies Series. See you guys after this break.
New skin ready.
Why, brother? Why must we Paxleys all take the path of magic? Am I such a disgrace to this house, big brother? Finally, I've been expecting you. Big brother!
I don't recall giving the orders.
Elders of the house give the order, Your Grace!
But it's not my order.
The elders said it was our only chance. Not even Your Grace could stop us!
I don't need your pretentious favor. We end it all today!
We still have time. Even if we don't, they don't have a say. It hasn't started. It's time for you to know the truth. If you don't want to die, follow me.
Upgrade your gaming experience with UniPin. Explore more than 100 games in our website. Purchase more than just games like PSN Wallet or games and Steam Wallet. Gain access to a better, faster, and more secure top-up experience. With unlimited access to every entertainment you need. Top up now with UniPin. Visit www.unipin.com.
Upgrade your gaming experience with UniPin. Explore more than thousands of games. Unlock millions of songs on iTunes and Spotify premium features. Gain access to a better, faster, and more secure top-up experience. With unlimited access to every entertainment you need. Fill your life out with UniPin.
Those who stand in my way, die! Bow before the King of the Inferno! Come, Candle Moth! All will die away in ashes, and you are no exception!
New skin ready.
Why, brother? Why must we Paxleys all take the path of magic? Am I such a disgrace to this house, big brother? Finally, I've been expecting you. Big brother!
I don't recall giving the orders,
Elders of the house give the order, Your Grace!
but it's not my order.
The elders said it was our only chance. Not even Your Grace could stop us!
I don't need your pretentious favor. We end it all today!
We still have time. Even if we don't, they don't have a say. Has it started? It's time for you to know the truth. If you don't want to die, follow me.
Upgrade your gaming experience with UniPin. Explore more than 100 games in our website. Purchase more than just games like PSN Wallet or games and Steam Wallet. Gain access to a better, faster, and more secure top-up experience. With unlimited access to every entertainment you need. Top up now with UniPin. Visit www.unipin.com.
Upgrade your gaming experience with UniPin. Explore more than thousands of games. Unlock millions of songs on iTunes and Spotify premium features. Gain access to a better, faster and more secure top-up experience. With unlimited access to every entertainment you need. Fill your life out with UniPin.
Those who stand in my way, die! Bow before the King of the Inferno! Come, Candle Moth! All will die away in ashes, and you are no exception!
New skin ready.
Why, brother? Why must we Paxleys all take the path of magic? Am I such a disgrace to this house, big brother? Finally, I've been expecting you. Big brother!
I don't recall giving the orders.
Elders of the house give the order, Your Grace!
But it's not my order.
The elders said it was our only chance. Not even Your Grace could stop us!
I don't need your pretentious favor. We end it all today!
We still have time. Even if we don't, they don't have a say. Hasn't started. It's time for you to know the truth. If you don't want to die, follow me.
Upgrade your gaming experience with UniPin. Explore more than 100 games in our website. Purchase more than just games like PSN Wallet or games and Steam Wallet. Gain access to a better, faster, and more secure top-up experience. With unlimited access to every entertainment you need. Top up now with UniPin. Visit www.unipin.com.
Upgrade your gaming experience with UniPin. Explore more than thousands of games. Unlock millions of songs on iTunes and Spotify premium features. Gain access to a better, faster, and more secure top-up experience. With unlimited access to every entertainment you need. Fill your life out with UniPin.
Those who stand in my way, die! Bow before the King of the Inferno! Come, Candle Moth! All will die away in ashes, and you are no exception!
New skin ready.
Why, brother? Why must we Paxleys all take the path of magic? Am I such a disgrace to this house, big brother? Finally, I've been expecting you, big brother!
I don't recall giving the orders.
Elders of the house give the order, Your Grace!
But it's not my order.
The elders said it was our only chance. Not even Your Grace could stop us!
I don't need your pretentious favor. We end it all today!
We still have time. Even if we don't, they don't have a say. Hasn't started. It's time for you to know the truth. If you don't want to die, follow me.
Upgrade your gaming experience with UniPin. Explore more than 100 games in our website. Purchase more than just games like PSN Wallet or games and Steam Wallet. Gain access to a better, faster, and more secure top-up experience. With unlimited access to every entertainment you need. Top up now with UniPin. Visit www.unipin.com.
Upgrade your gaming experience with UniPin. Explore more than thousands of games. Unlock millions of songs on iTunes and Spotify premium features. Gain access to a better, faster and more secure top-up experience. With unlimited access to every entertainment you need. Feel your life out with UniPin.
Those who stand in my way, die! Bow before the King of the Inferno! Come, Candle Moth! All will die away in ashes, and you are no exception!
New skin ready.
Why, brother? Why must we Paxleys all take the path of magic? Am I such a disgrace to this house, big brother? expecting you, big brother!
I don't recall giving the orders.
Elders of the house give the order, Your Grace!
But it's not my order.
The elders said it was our only chance. Not even Your Grace could stop us!
I don't need your pretentious favor. We end it all today!
We still have time. Even if we don't, they don't have a say. Hasn't started. It's time for you to know the truth. If you don't want to die, follow me.
Upgrade your gaming experience with UniPin. Explore more than 100 games in our website. Purchase more than just games like PSN Wallet or games and Steam Wallet. Gain access to a better, faster, and more secure top-up experience. With unlimited access to every entertainment you need. Top up now with UniPin. Visit www.unipin.com.
Upgrade your gaming experience with UniPin. Explore more than thousands of games. Unlock millions of songs on iTunes and Spotify premium features. Gain access to a better, faster, and more secure top-up experience. With unlimited access to every entertainment you need. Fill your life out with UniPin.
Those who stand in my way, die! Bow before the King of the Inferno! Come! Candle Moth! All will die away in ashes, and you are no exception!
New skin ready.
We hope you guys had a hearty and good dinner right after that amazing first best of 3, which ended with Smart Omega winning 2-0. But of course, we have the final, and probably be another intense best of 3 in front of you. We're gonna be your casters. Again, I'm Yuko alongside Miss Burger Kim, and you are watching the ULS PH.
Yep, once again, we're back for more. The Battle of the Besties, Yuko. Katulad nga ng sabi ng Smart Omega Empress kanina. And you guys are in it for another treat as, both of these teams, like what I mentioned kanina, na talagang kilala nila yung isa't isa, in and out of the game. And of course, they're good friends even after all of that. Pero ngayon, what's at stake is actually the chance to represent the Philippines in the upcoming USC 2023. And I'm pretty sure Smart Omega wants to have that back-to-back representation for our country. So, tingnan natin. Kailangan muna nila makatapat ang MHRLK G unit before proceeding to the upper bracket wherein they'll have that rematch up against Zol FE, which is actually the team that brought them down here to the lower bracket in the first place.
Tignan natin kung makakakuha ba sila ng revenge match or will their journey be cut short. Of course, again, sa mga nanonood dyan, don't forget to share the live stream, tag your friends, cheer for the team that you really want to win, you really want to advance para sa ating mga grand finals, which will be tomorrow. So set your alarm. Probably the stream will start ng same time as the time that we started, 6:30 p.m. So maganda ang weekend mo ngayon if nakatutok kayo sa page na to.
Right. And of course, this is made possible by all of the partners that made the UniPin Lady Series possible. We have TikTok and Gosu Gamers. Thank you so much. This is presented by UniPin as well. So stay tuned for all of the matches, upcoming matches actually. So ito yung huli natin para sa araw na ito. It's still a best out of 3 by the way, Yuko. So tingnan natin kung makakakuha ba tayo ng game number 3 today, or will it still be a clean sweep from either Smart Omega or from MHRLK G unit.
You know what, honestly, since nakita tayo ng 2-0 kanina, I want to see a 2-1 just to shake things up. And parang end the day with a bang. That kind of stuff. Kasi after nito, wala na ibang series. And Smart Omega, like what they said kanina sa ating interview, the momentum is definitely on their side. So let's see if they'll be able to translate that into this final series.
Yep. And MHRLK, actually, ito yung isa sa mga teams na talagang, inaabangan talaga ng mga tao. And for Smart Omega as well na, after their very good run in the SEA Games, talagang pinapatunayan nila kung bakit sila yung isa sa mga top teams as well ng female MLBB dito sa Pilipinas. For Maharlika G Unit, well, eto na yung huling laban para sa araw nito. Huling laban para makadecide rin kung sino yung makakatapat ng Zol FE bukas lang. So ngayon, Smart Omega, katulad nga ng sabi ni Coach Bam kanina, they're on a winning streak. And actually, ito yung masaya pag win streak kay Yuko eh. Talagang gusto mo ipatuloy kasi ay andun na yung momentum mo and you wanna keep moving forward. And as for Smart Omega, talagang gusto nila patunayan na, you know, ano rin, talagang kaya nila makisabayan and kaya rin nila pumunta sa USC 2023. At para sa Maharlika G Unit, if ever they do win this series, ito yung pinakaunang beses na makakapunta sila sa USC 2023.
Exactly. There is a first time for everything. And kaya nga sabi mo, win streak is definitely a huge advantage here. Kung tayo nga, di ba, sa rank games, makakuha lang ng win streak, gabi na yung momentum natin. What more, sila na tournament pa. Again, whoever will win this, makakaabot tayo sa day 2 for our playoffs dito sa UniPin Ladies Championship. We're gonna hop into the pick and ban phase for game number 1. Smart Omega, much like in series number 1, sila ang nanguna sa blue side.
Uy, nagtanggal na rin sila agad ng Eve dito for Smart Omega. I think they want to gear up for again another possible dive. Possibly similar to what they had in game number 1 kanina up against the side of ROCKA Esports na nagkuha sila ng Fredrin, went for a Valentina and an Estes. At nagtanggal rin sila dito ngayon ng Kaja. A lot of meta pick heroes na tatanggal dito, Yuko. And even as well, the glue ni Not Ayanami na talagang nagpahirap talaga sa side ng ROCKA Esports. So for Maharlika G Unit, if ever this will be open, possibly gusto na nila kunin for their side. Ito yung same pattern na ginawa ng Smart Omega for game number 1. Possibly kaya na gawin ulit nila yung maybe Estes and Fredrin, or maybe will they pick out yung not so much range kaya nga nagtanggal sila dito ng mga assassin.
I am a firm believer na if it's not broken, don't fix it. May mga bagay na hindi na kailangan galawin. Kasi pag iniba mo pa, baka doon ka pa madihado. So if they're comfortable with that, probably we could still see it sa game number 1. And gaya na sabi mo, Estes at Fredrin is available. They could try that out kasi honestly, it is such a strong combo. Speaking of Estes, first pick worthy. Blue side, by the way, kinuha ng Smart Omega.
Actually, ina-expect ko nga dito, Yuko. Open kasi yung Faramis. So, ina-expect ko na kunin nung Smart Omega. Open rin pala yung Joy, by the way, na possibly na pwedeng kunin ng side ng Smart Omega. But they decided to go with another signature pick. Estes na nagpadalas talaga sa kanila ng victory for the first series. And now we see Maharlika G Unit locking the Valentina. Magdadagdag kaya sila ng possible damage. So, I was thinking of a Melissa, but they went for, actually they stole the Beatrix away here as Smart Omega will pick high ground mage once again. So ang daming mga ultimates na pwedeng kunin dito ng Valentina. Feathered Airstrike, meron pang sustain with the Estes. Pwede na nila kunin yung Joy dito kung gusto ng Smart Omega for their side, since out na rin yung blue at yung Arlot, kasi magkamukha kasi sila yung Arlot, yung Friendly, puro mahahabang buhok. Pero yan, tingnan natin Alas the same to Yuko, same lineup na meron yung Smart Omega, pero mas marami lang silang range ngayon for this game.
Mas may range, mas may firepower, and I think like they were able to tweak the draft that they want a lot better in series number 2. Kasi kung naalala mo, may carry din sila doon. Now, pair that up with a Farsa na literally hindi ka na pwedeng lumapit sa carry dito. I won't be surprised if she's gonna be the sole damage dealer, but still, let's see. I also agree sa sabi mo na parang pretty boy si Arlot tsaka dito si Fredrin. So they can be quite confusing at times. But another pretty boy being picked up by Maharlika G Unit will be this Martis. Of course, anti-CC yan, napakakulit. Give him gold, give him items. I'd like to think na he's one of the few heroes na kayang-kayang abutin si Kari.
Oo, tapos ito pa, Snowball. yung side ng Maharlika G Unit. If they are able to make this type of lineup snowball, magiging mahirap talaga to for Smart Omega. So now they still need some early game here na pwedeng makatapat yung Martis. So I'm gearing up for a fact na mag-Fred rin sila at ayun na nga mukhang naramdaman na yun ng Maharlika G Unit. Tinanggal na nila yung Fred rin dito. Nagtanggal na rin ng Lolita yung side ng Smart Omega. Isa rin sa posibleng magpapahirap sa buhay nila or magpapahirap sa isang Estes heavy crowd control Lolita. Same type of bans that they're doing for the first game that they've had up against ROCKA. Ngayon, Maharlika G Unit, magtatanggal ba sila ng hero ni Keishi or magtatanggal ng hero ni Not Ayanami? So far, open rin naman yung lapu-lapu na solid pick rin sa side. Joy as well na on cue, they're gonna take it away na talagang completely in-ignore ng Smart Omega itong pick na ito. Maybe they're saving it for the next game.
Maybe. Since hindi nga sila pwede umulit ng picks dito, they will just, put it for later since this is gonna be a best of 3. But I like the butt of the wits dito sa ating second rotation for the bans. Again, ang hilig mag-ban ng Lolita dito ng Smart Omega. Maharlika G Unit, they saw the power and the threat of the Freddy and Estes, so they took the other half of that combo out. And now we're just waiting sa last ban dito for the side of Smart Omega, which will be a Franco. Another hero na I guess kayang mag-cancel sa Farsa, kaya humila. Actually, lahat pala. He can pull anyone sa first 3 picks ng Smart Omega dito. Now, let's see who's gonna be the 4th pickup for Maharlika G Unit. I like to think that they need a solid tank na ang plan lang talaga is protektahan si Beatrix tsaka si Valentina.
Alam mo, maganda yung dito, yung mga Atlas, yung mga setter tanks. Actually, and then setter din to. Nako, ito yung ito yung hero na madalas na nasa RG, Minotaur. Actually, I think either or these are good options. Kufra, Minotaur, or even the Atlas na talagang magpapahirap sa mga heroes like the Estes that you're grouped up together. And CC is just usually the way to go at out na rin talaga yung option na magkakaroon ng Digi dito, so wala nang pang-cancel ng ultimate. But Smart Omega still has that lineup na may damage na sila, kailangan lang nila ngayon ng sustain. Kasi Maharlika G Unit, they're looking to have enough damage, great early game, pero wala silang late game. So ngayon, Smart Omega, mas lamang sila doon. Late game, and for Maharlika G Unit, expect to see them actually have a lot more early game advantage. Siguro nga manggugulo sila dito sa early game Depende na lang dito sa pick ng Smart Omega. Kailangan nila ng early start dito. Hovering over the Benedetta and the Lancelot, double assassins here, pero hindi siya more on the Estes lineup kung iisipin mo yung Benedetta and Lancelot. More of Mirai will more or less be accompanying Shinoa in this game.
Exactly. Ooh, okay. Looks like that's gonna be the set lineup. Hindi talaga nawawala yung powerful Lancelot sa lineup ng Smart Omega dito. They even have a Benedetta para ma-up yung chances of being able to win against a duel against a Martis probably. Now, tingnan natin kung sino magiging last here for the side of Maharlika G Unit dito. Because again, it's a battle of the besties. Yun ang theme ng ating last best of 3 for the day. Sa hover, pwede. It's hover on Yuzong, which of course in his dragon form can fly, reach whichever backline he wants. Although ang problema ko dito is he's very vulnerable up until he pops at level 4.
To ruination.
Wow. Okay, looking at Smart Omega, meron silang front to backline. At para sa Maharlika G Unit, complete dive setup para sa kanila. Ang daming sisiran dito. May panghuli ng backlines ng Smart Omega. So if they can be very aggressive early on, nakikita natin sila coach as well, no? Nag-aano na rin sila dito. Naghahanda na para sa ating game number 1. And Smart Omega already on a win streak dito, Yuko. Let's see if they will get this game number 1 and actually eventually get in this series. At para sa Maharlika G Unit, we are looking for that great fight up against Smart OMG like what they mentioned earlier. Let's take a last look at the final lineup here of our two teams. Great balance for both sides. Wala naman ako nasasabi na parang mas lamang dito yung kabilang side. I think they're at par here when it comes to the artillery as well as the utility dito para sa game na to. Pero I'd have to say though, a lot of early game para sa side ng Maharlika G.
a lot of early game, and this could probably be the key para ma-stop yung snowball dito ng smart OMG natin. But hey, this is to believe. Now we're gonna jump into game number 1 para sa ating Land of Dawn, and let's see how things are gonna be panning out. And I cannot wait to see kung makakita ba tayo ng similar early game prowess and presence from this Valentina. But ngayon, hindi na Smart Omega ang gumagamit. It's gonna be picked up by MHRLK G unit. Mid lane will be bulldozed over by Smart Omega, making sure Cooper is being zoned out. But other than that, medyo tahimik pa rin ang mapa natin. Nothing too crazy. They don't really want to give off that much and gamble as early into the game.
Actually, ang ganda nung ginawa ng MHRLK G unit doon, nagpa-level 2 agad yung si Kiso as well as si Reclipse doon sa bottom side. Pero ngayon, sabi ko, very early game ang meron dito ang MHRLK G unit at nakikita natin yung pagka-engage nila dito. Pero for Smart Omega, alam rin nila yun. They don't wanna overextend. There's a lot of pokes. There's a lot of intimidation here from the side of MHRLK G. Pero as you can see, both sides are just getting the resources that they need 1 minute in. So, kikita natin, panggugulo dito ni Sumir. They have that advantage as of the moment. At 1 level ahead ngayon, si Ramichi up against Keishi.
Let's see how will this duel last and kung ano magiging stockline nila dito. But so far, it's MHRLK really trying to get as much resources as they can. Pero look at the melee, this will be a knock up, connecting onto one. The Sakurai took a lot of damage. That's going to be the first blood being secured by the side of MHRLK G unit, going over to Eclipse, making it look so easy. And that is Estes na dapat safe lang in the early game kasi ang trabaho lang niya dapat mag-heal.
Oo, yun din talaga yung ginawa ng MHRLK G. Wala pang level 4 doon si Mirai. Actually, ang dami ng mga purifies na ginamit dito ni Amor as well as ni Mirai at that moment. At yun talaga yung ginagawa ng MHRLK G, forcing out all the ultimates or even the battle spells dito bago magsimula dito yung mga objectives. At speaking of objectives, MHRLK G unit, mukhang itatrade na lang ng Smart Omega yung turtle for actually dito si Keishi, she's actually just taking in the resources ng MHRLK G unit. Alam nila na medyo mahirapan talaga sila dito sa early stages of the game, and they're just willing to give up as much objectives as they can up until they get the items that they need. Here comes the better dare strike by Amor, and may sustain din pala dito si Reclipse. Keishi now in big trouble, gets taken down by the decimation. 2 kills agad dito for MHRLK G unit in the 3-minute mark.
Mukhang maganda ang ginawang galawan dito for the side of MHRLK G unit. But here at the bottom, it looks like it's gonna be the duel up against Yuzong tsaka Benedetta. Nothing too different, but what's different right now is actually ang bahan dito sa ating baklas hindi the knock up. MHRLK G unit really making sure na hindi makukuha to ng Smart Omega. Bouncing ball has been popped as well. You have Ramichi trying to get away, but so far, MHRLK G unit sila po ang nakakaikot dito. Really making sure Smart Omega is gonna be forced to look around for the other parts ng lane para makakuha ng resources dito.
There's a stretch from Sumir. Ang daming gold plating na nakuha dito ni Rexile. Dito sa top side at MHRLK G unit, looking at their gold, hindi naman ganun kalayo from Smart Omega. They're actually just 1K ahead. But that's actually big for a team that has the upper hand in the early stages of the game. If they can continuously pressure yung Smart Omega dito, magiging mahirap talaga. Lalo na kung mapapansin mo, Yuko, na willing sila na ibigay yung turtle dito kasi alam nila na medyo mahirap talaga mag-contest. Merong decimation from the Martis, may setup dito from Sumir. And actually, for Sumir, this is quite new. Extra aggressive siya dito this time kasi the last time I've seen MHRLK G unit play, more of the utility type of tank yung linalabas ni Sumir. But this time, actually, naglalabas na rin siya ng mga setter tanks katulad ng mga Kufra dito, and kanina nga hovering over the Minotaur. So great start dito for MHRLK G unit.
May iba talaga, and it's a different flavor na that works really well for them. But now let's see if the turtle spawn will work well for them as they both try to get first dibs sa ating major object. You know, that's the different still being popped there as well. Meron tayong bounce and all the damage coming out from Beatrix. But that's the kill going over to Lancelot. Eclipse does get the hands on the turtle. Keishi mukhang medyo napalalim siya doon. That's gonna be the kill going over to Smart Omega. 10 seconds before Lancelot will be back. After Smart Omega realized na medyo napalalim sila doon, they are kinda pivoting away from the fight kung nasan yung MHRLK G unit.
Oo, pero kung mapapansin mo, bottom side ang dami nakuhang gold plating doon ni Shinoa. So, kailangan din intindihin yun ng MHRLK G-Unit. Let's check the items later on. Pero maganda ito. Ito naman talaga yung magiging winning condition ng Smart Omega in the late game. So, kung mapapansin mo yung MHRLK G, they're actually more of taking in or actually 4-man or 5-man sila nag-zone talaga when it comes to the objective takes. Kung mapapansin mo, nandun lahat ng mga members nila, and Shinoa just actually took the opportunity to take in some plating there, which was actually a good call kasi alam nila na medyo mahirap talaga mag-contest sa mga objectives as of the moment.
Mahirap. And this is something similar sa what na nakita natin ng Series 1 game number 2. Yung the way to gold talaga ay yung gold plating dito in the early game. So it's all of those micros really making things happen, but it looks like they want to make something happen dito sa ating bot lane. Even though Kiso did not get taken down, nakuha naman ng ni Shinoa yung first outer bot lane turret natin dito. On top of that, they were able to get the craft coin, and looks like up top, meron namang gustong gawin. Meron niluluto ang MHRLK G-Unit dito.
Oh, Alecto final blow kay Not Ayanami para lang ma-clear out yung waves. Alam niya, 4 yung nagro-rotate dyan sa top side kasi naman, nagbibigay ito ng space para kay Shinoa para i-pressure yung bottom side. So actually, for MHRLK G-Unit, maganda nga yung start nila, Yuko. Kung mapapansin mo yung gold, equal na ngayon. Both 17.4k actually for both sides. And this is because of the tower take na nakuha ni Shinoa. So kailangan ng MHRLK G-Unit ngayon after objectives, they should at least convert to some objectives here kasi wala pa silang nakukuha na towers. So far, it's great that they've gotten 2 turtles, but they need to take in objectives here.
They do. They really do. Para maging macro and micro yung lead niya. Last maybe the Dragon Farm being popped by Iyong. Kiso gets a kill onto the turtle. Now that could have been a fight, but now more Smart Omega is just gonna fall back. Pero MHRLK G-Unit, gusto nilang makapitas ng kahit isa man lang. Now we'll jump in going over to Kufra. Hindi kumonekta, and looks like they will just decide to let this one go.
You know what, Hugo? It's funny that every time may objective take, diba? Yung dalawang junglers natin, nagre-retry sila. Pero it seems to be like there's always someone else that's taking in the turtle. Kanina, yung first turtle, si Reclipse. Ngayon naman si Kiso. Ano lang wala lang. Sabi ko, nag-retry naman yung dalawang junglers. It's just funny to see that. Pero at least, I think for MHRLK G-Unit, what's great is that they've gotten all the turtles so far. Actually, yung last turtle, nakuha rin nila at this point. So MHRLK G-Unit, they're really, really looking to at least get in some pickoffs here. Kung mapapansin mo, sobrang aggressive ng mga rotations nila. And they know that Mirai is always with Shinoa or Amore. Here comes the engage. Tumatalo na ngayon si Somir. Here comes the bouncing ball. There's the decimation onto Mirai. Feathered airstrike dito, pero si Reclipse pala yun. Hindi yung feathered airstrike ni Amore. Binagsak niya rin dito sa top side, pero it's just to clear out the waves as MHRLK G-Unit continuously pressures this top side.
Beautiful play coming from MHRLK G-Unit. Grabe yung ginawa ng Valentina nun. It was a good call na kinuha yung ultimate ni Farsa and just really slow or at least like get some damage in bago natapos ng MHRLK G-Unit yung fight na yan. I honestly think that was a win for them. Grabe din, in a way, pero grabe din naman kasi ultimate coming in from Keishi. It was a little bit misplayed. It just so happened na hindi kasi agad naka-follow up yung Smart Omega. But that's okay. It happens. Now it's back to the drawing board. And it looks like ang gusto naman mangyari dito, not Ayanami, trying to duel it out against Kiso sa baba. But up top, it could be a possible 3v3 or 3v4. And with that, Amore was forced to pop defended airstrike para lang mapalayo yung MHRLK G-Unit.
Ito na yung unang Lord, Yuko. And you can see our 2 XP laners doing their very best to contain that bottom side. Habang alam nila, the rest of Smart Omega here will be trying to take in this Lord. At sabi rin nga sa akin dati na si Keishi daw, retry Lords daw to si Keishi. So tingnan nga natin kung ito rin nga ba. Kasi kailangan to ng Smart Omega as of the moment. Kasi so far, MHRLK G-Unit, katulad nga ng sabi ko, no, ang ganda ng kanilang start. Kasi ang hirap talaga for Smart Omega to contest in all the objectives, lalo na wala talaga sila pang-engage dito. Siguro yung pang-engage lang yung Benedetta dito ni Not Ayanami, yung Alecto Final Blow tas Petrify. Pero other than that, wala sila pang-engage dito. It's more of Maharlika G unit engaging all the time. At so far, they're doing really well. Hinahampas na ngayon ni Ramichi yung Lord. Let's take a look at the items. BOD for the Beatrix going towards I think a Malefic Roar for the Beatrix, the second item. And the carry as well, papunta na rin. Wala pang Demon Hunter Sword but going there as of the moment.
Yep. Mukhang kailangan talaga nila maghintay dito. And it looks like, okay, wait for it. They have the eye set on this Kufra. There's maybe a quick setup coming out from Mirai na pakasakit doon from that Beatrix. Kalahati agad nang wala kay Shinoa. But hey, again, you have an essence in your party. You're gonna be able to heal that ASAP. But with the minions being shoved in, mukhang Maharlika G unit, they have to take care of both the turret or the tower as well as the Lord. Pero hindi kasi iniiwan ng Smart Omega ngayon yung Lord natin eh. So now you have Maharlika just lurking into the sides. That's going to be the first skill being charged. And there is going to be a concealed play. Pero nakakaglam ata si Mirai D. That's going to be all the CC connecting onto one. Better to the back line. That is going to be the Torn Rose being popped by Lasnot as well. Meron naman tayong Electro Final Blow coming out from this Benedetta. That's going to be the kill going over to Mirai. Nakuha ang Kufra mo dito. No more front line for Maharlika. And now it will be Keishi being terrified, being petrified even. And it is going to be an all-in damage coming out from the women in red. May knock-up, may CC. Meron pa nawawalang Benedetta dyan sa Gedli. But so far, there is no casualty. Aside from the fact na si Sumir dito ang nawawala. Plus the tower that Kari was able to burst down.
Grabe yung yung sayaw dito ng dalawang teams natin. At hanggang ngayon, maganda rin yung ginagawa dito ni Not Ayanami twice that she was able to bait out a lot of the skills, a lot of the battle spells, at nazo-zone out niya talaga dito yung Maharlika G unit. And while all of that is happening, just as I was saying, the zone, ito na yung gusto ng Smart Omega. Nakuha na nila yung unang Lord for the game. They didn't even wait for the 12-minute mark because this is something that they need. Kailangan nila muna maghinga dito sa mga ginagawa ng Maharlika G unit. They're called to push in some of the towers here na nakuha na ng Maharlika G.
Yup. Mukhang habang tumatagal, mayroon pa rin namang signs of life dito from Maharlika G. But another sign of life is this Lord marching down sa ating bot lane. And as I say that, habang tumatagal, lalong lumilit ang mundo dito ng top lane for Maharlika and Smart Omega. It's kind of true that na naging super duper close ang micro early game natin. With that, we're gonna try to even it out with the macro plays such as something like this. Make sure na yung mga turrets mawawala. That is gonna be different air being popped as well. Mapapaaray dito ang isa, forced to jump back. And it just gives more space for Smart Omega to be able to move around. That's when the sides coming up from Benedetta. Ang damage, grabe naman talaga. And the minions are knocking onto the base. It looks like it's still gonna be 2 to 4 on the board. Pero wala na pong outer turrets ang Maharlika dito.
Just like that, Yuko, tumaas na agad yung lead dito ng Smart Omega. And take a look at our items here. At ayan na yung Demon Hunter Sword na nakuha ni Shinoa, who is still suffering no deaths as of the moment. Pati rin si Rixile dito. Yung magiging crucial lang dito sa dalawang gold laners natin is going to be the positioning. And just as I was saying that, Shinoa will actually be one of the targets dito ng Maharlika G, knowing that siya talaga yung pinakamaraming damage dito from Smart Omega aside from si Amore ngayon. Smart Omega, 6 na yung towers na nakuha nila, completely nullifying yung start dito ng Maharlika G unit. But for the side of Maharlika, what they need to do right now is either force out, again, the ultimates, force out the battle spells dito from the side of Smart Omega, just like what they did in the start, and see if that will be enough to actually push in the team fights that they want. And ngayon, Smart Omega, Yuko, sila naman yung nasa driver's seat dito sa 13-minute mark natin.
Yeah, let's see if that will be enough. 50 seconds before the next major objective will be up. And mukhang nakakuha pa sila na isang buff dito. Making sure na hindi makakagalaw si Valentina, even yung Beatrix natin dito. Kiso is just trying to shove and control the waves as much as she can. But up until when, ang tanong natin dito, Glaive being picked up by Amore as well. Smart Omega, even though they struggled in the early game, they were able to recuperate and just go all out by the moment na pumasok ang mid-game natin dito. And now Maharlika, they're tiptoeing all throughout the Land of Dawn. Some auto attacks here and there para makuha ko nasa Basikihi na last bit jump in coming in from one. Bouncing ball agad ang nakuha dito ni Kufra just to make sure na he will stay out of their life, but that is actually a huge thing for Smart Omega. Pwede mag-dash in, dash out should the bouncing ball not be available after 3-4 seconds. Jump in coming in from Lancelot, pero nayakap ni Kufra, doesn't have damage being dished out as well. Connect, Seek skill onto one. Beatrix having so much fun.
Oh, that's a petrify!
Well, ulit tanong natin dito, but we're gonna connect onto a lot of players from Maharlika, but then again, here comes Yuzong, ang savior ng Maharlika G unit, but mukhang napagbakaway agad ng Smart Omega. That was a good initiate, pero naggalawan pa rin ng Maharlika yung Smart Omega doon.
Ayun lang nga, no, si Keishi nag-bush check doon. And that was actually 4 members of Maharlika. Medyo mahirap rin tumakas doon. Ang daming CC sa kanilang side. Sinisimulan na ngayon ng Maharlika. They can actually force out the team fight dito. Kulang yung members ng Smart Omega. And here comes Somir with that beautiful setup. Here comes the Blessing of the Moon Goddess as well. Enough to sustain the side of Smart Omega. At sila pa nga ang makakakuha ng pick-off. Wala pa dito si Keishi. And it's gonna be Ramichi picking up the Lord with the Retribution on point. Good and engaged actually by the side of Maharlika G unit. Nakakuha sila ng Lord, pero fortunately enough for the side of Smart Omega, nakakuha naman sila ng pick-off.
A lead is a lead nonetheless, but honestly, 16 minutes in, I would have to say na that was in favor of Maharlika. They got the Lord, at kahit sabihin natin ma-meltdown agad ng Smart Omega yan, the number of seconds they need to commit para lang mapatay yung Lord natin dito, it's enough for Maharlika to actually rotate and get one outer mid lane turret, which as I say that, yun ang ginagawa nila ngayon. Now, Smart Omega needs to win this, but looks like they will have to let go. That's gonna be Mirai getting the heal onto one of her teammates. So it's gonna be another turret falling down for the side of Smart Omega, but now it looks like lead is now being controlled by Maharlika. Sustain slows everything else, but still the women in the red team, it looks like they're slowly limiting ang map access ng Smart Omega natin dito.
Ayun, no, enough pressure talaga yung Lord na ito for the side of Smart Omega. Natunaw na nila ito, pero for Maharlika G unit, dami mga super minions coming in, so they can actually pressure a lot of the sides here. Not unless they get in another pick-off. May mga items na rin naman dito, may sustain na rin from the side of Smart Omega. Ramichi as well from the backside. Makikita, masuspatan dito ni Shinoa, but that's gonna be the second tier falling as well on the bottom side, or the mid side rather, as Maharlika G unit, they're looking for more. There comes the jump. There is the setup onto Natayanami, still able to escape with a slither of HP, but still get taken down here by Reclipse. Konti na lang yung buhay dito na Ramichi. There's gonna be trade-off. Keishi will take down one. It's a 1-for-1 trade as the Maharlika G unit got what they wanted and they back away.
Grabe si Kiso, at the same time, grabe si Keshi doon. Sa balita ko, pag letter K ang start ng IGN, grabe yung mga response time. That was a very good jump, a good initiate. Pero nakabawi agad yung Lancelot natin dito. It was, again, it's them thinking on their feet. Napakaganda. K-Shape is probably very confident kasi meron naman siya immortality, and that's a Lancelot na very, very mobile. So the fact that Smart Omega is still able to win all of these trades, it still says something. I feel like pag mga laban kasi, pick off halos same yung number. There's no complete wipeout. There's no 3-to-none trade so far. Nagkakatalo-talo lang talaga sa objective takes natin. And next possible objective take is in what? 21 seconds? And Maharlika, nakaposition na sila agad.
Oo, ito na yung jump! Okay, masuspatan dito si Mirai. Nakakatakot rin dito si Somir, ha? Yung tipong bawat talon niya, hindi siya takot i-burn yung kanyang mga flickers niya. Hindi siya takot na gamitin yung mga skills niya, just as long as na alam niya magkakaroon ng magandang setup dito yung Maharlika G. Yun, looking at how scattered Smart Omega is as of the moment, pati na rin yung Maharlika G, nako-contain ngayon yung XP lane, so both sides can actually have in some advantage. KC really low, andito na yung Blessing of the Moon Goddess, papalag pa rin! May damage din dito kasi si Rexan dahil may shot to with the penetrating strike. So it's a 1-for-1 trade. Maharlika G unit pa rin. Yung nasa driver's seat, meron silang retribution dito. Kalahati na yung buhay ng Lord. Let's see if there will be a possible steal. Pero of course, Maharlika G unit will not be allowing that as Kiso will be joining in with the Black Dragon form. Let's see if there will be any steal here as the Lord is 1/4 HP. Let's see who will be taking it, and it's gonna be Iyong. Si Amore pa rin makakuha. Guys, ito si Maharlika G. She's now eliminating the members of Maharlika G one by one as they take in the Lord without Keishi at that point.
That's a crucial Lord dito. Ang kinakabahan nga ako, kasi na-expect ko talaga Maharlika will be able to get that. Kasi gaya ng sabi mo, they're the ones in the driver's seat. Pero bakit nakita ko nag-back sila an inch or two from the Lord? Tapos naisip ni Amore, it's my time to shine. Walang retribution, by the way. Pure timing, pure skill lang talaga yung nagawa niya dito.
Alright. And now with that Lord, para sa side ng Smart Omega, this is big. This is the Luminous Lord Yuko at pwede mag-push forward ngayon yung side ng Smart Omega. At andito na rin yung mga heals from Shinoa. She just got the from the nalito na tuloy ako. Si Mirai, nakakuha na rin pala ng Oracle dito. So there's a lot more of that sustain. Kailangan nila ngayon as Smart Omega will now be pushing in the base. May Feathered Airstrike na rin nagaganap dito from Amore. Beautiful positioning by the way. At isa-isa, nawawala yung towers dito ng Maharlika G. Here comes the Black Dragon form from Kiso. Really low HP ngayon. Mapapaatras na lang back to the base. Immortalities are gonna be purchased here. They have to be extra careful as you know at the moment. Gonna try to lock in the base. Wala pang minions ngayon as the side of Maharlika G unit does their very best to clear out the minion base. Wala pa rin napipitas dito out of the moment. But hold that thought though. Feathered Airstrike, ang sakit na ng damage dito. So Pierre, first one to fall. Care of the Petrify. And now Keishi gonna try to go in for the backside. They really wanna end this one as the moment. Pwede na sila mag-lock in ng tower as long as there's the minion. Wala pang ang minion. Gusto na nila i-lock in dito. Gusto nila kunin yung game number 1. And that is it. Smart Omega will be taking this with an epic comeback.
Quite an exciting game number 1. The last few minutes, the last few moments are what's up. Na mga close. And gusto ko lang sabihin na grabe yung sidestep nung carry doon. Even though she was forced to use flicker nung nag-ultimate na ng yung Valentina, it was amazing. Like their response time and everything, their game sense is very much on point, and that's arguably the closest match I've seen today sa dalawang series natin. It was full on back and forth, no? Parang ginagawa ng Maharlika. They had the lead, but then eventually, meron silang macro na ma-out-macro ng Smart Omega. But I guess it really fell onto the fact na that Lord Steal from Farsa made things happen. And the fact that they were able to hold their ground, even though nasa base sila ng Maharlika, the amount of damage the red team was able to emit was a lot. But Smart Omega, they tanked it, they dodged it, they literally made a way around it. Tapos ang ganda din kasi, they were able to control the minion wave before pa makalapit sa base. So even if mawala yung first batch ng minions, mayroon na agad parating. So it was a lot of good decision-making skills from Smart Omega. But again, napakaganda ng game number 1 natin, and here are the match highlights.
Yeah, as you can see talagang ito na yung sinasabi ko sa drafting phase na ang daming mga early game heroes ng Maharlika G, and as for Smart Omega, they really needed to hold it out at nagawa nga nila yun, no? Early start talaga, mapapansin mo na go lang ng go dito yung Maharlika G unit kasi alam nila, sila nga talaga yung may upper hand. Ang dami na nakuha na kills in the first stages of the game, and even actually na-pressure rin nga nila yung mga sides dito, pero yung naging maganda na trade actually ng Smart Omega, even though they gave a lot of the turtles away to Maharlika G, is ang daming gold plating nakuha ni Shinoa. I think that was also a big factor na nakabawi talaga sila sa late game. And plus that, final Lord Steal ni Amore. I think if that wasn't the case, kung nakuha nga yun ng Marlica G unit, siguro magiging iba yung turn around ng match. Siguro mas may pressure pa sa side ng Smart Omega. At ito na nga yung na-pick off dito si Keishi, where we actually thought na mapupunta nga sa Marlica G unit, but Amore says, no, not today, Marlica G unit. Not today, besties. We're gonna be taking in this Lord. We're gonna be taking in this first game. At syempre gusto rin namin pumunta sa USC 2023. So they were the representatives last year. And they're hoping to get that chance to represent the Philippines once again. Ito na yung final Lord fight. And I think na both sides naman parang, ayun, ito yung sasabi mo, Yuko, na umatras ng konti yung Marlica G ng onti.
Yes.
At ayun, no, sakto lang din yung pwesto doon ni Amore. And 2 pickoffs actually in that clash. And yun na yun. Actually, Luminous Lord, but that was enough for Smart Omega. May konting defense dito yung Maharlika G unit, pero it wasn't enough. Ang dami kasing super minions dito from Smart Omega eh.
Na ano talaga, na minions yung last few moments sa ating game number 1. And yeah, again, the fact that Smart Omega was able to hold that out so well. Na alam ko nagpaulan pa ng bullets dito si Beatrix after, yeah, there you go. Pero wala kinaya ng Smart Omega dito. And after that, they just really focus on locking into base and they got the victory. See, yung kill count natin, 7-7. That's not even a 2-digit number of kills per team, and that's like only 14 overall, but it was almost a 22-minute game, pero 21 minutes and 13 seconds lang, yeah. And it just goes to show na puro macro yung galaw nila. I love seeing matches like this na very, very close. Draft-wise, I could not have asked for anything better. It just so happened na, nagkakaagawan talaga ng Lord eh. Yun talaga yung makuha kong narrative dito.
Oo, tsaka ang ingat dito ng dalawang sides natin, kung mapapansin mo, sobrang baba rin talaga ng kills. Pati yung kills nila, no, equal din, besties na besties talaga. Pero for Smart Omega talaga, all they did was hold out. And props as well to Amore for being the MVP of this game. And that clutch, Lord Steal, kahit wala na silang retribution at that point, they were able to secure it. And that was actually the final nail para sa side ng Smart Omega na kailangan nila para maitalo ang Maharlika G unit for this first game. But no fret for Maharlika G unit, this is still game number 1. Pwede pa naman tayo magkaroon ng game number 3 kung maipanalo nila yung susunod na laban. So it's already a match point for Smart Omega.
Exactly. And gaya nga sabi natin, that was rather, Maharlika, them winning game number 2 is not impossible. Ang nakita natin dito, they just need to really up or try to be 2 steps ahead of Smart Omega. Kasi kanina, I like to think that they were 1 step ahead. So kind of push the barrier, push the limit a little bit more. Para naman, makukuha pa sila ng, maybe, I don't know, a gold dun sa turrets, even the macros, even steal some buffs for themselves. And yeah, if I were to be nitpicky, if they can, gusto ko makita na kunin ng Maharlika yung carry just for the sake of competition and to see how interesting it will be kasi nga besties yung dalawang teams natin dito. And this kind of proves the saying na yung mga malalakas sa malalakas din sumasali.
Yep, and of course, for the side of Smart Omega, one more win away to get that rematch up against Zol FE. And once again, just like to tell you guys that, don't forget to, avail of the UniPin promos. So taking a look at this, we have our official code for the UniPin Ladies series. You got ULS PH. Use this code and get a 5% discount if you buy at UniPin, one-time use per day, so it's the same account if you want to use the code once again, and wait until the next day if you want to purchase more. Minimum purchase is using the code 50 pesos. Maximum discount naman is 50 pesos as well. Available po to for all payment channels. We already got one representative for the Philippines sa ating UniPin Ladies C Championship. That's gonna be Zol FE. Let's find out kung sino yung makakatapat nila ngayon sa ating final lower bracket. This is the match point for Smart Omega. They are on the red side. This time, Maharlika G nasa blue side ngayon, Yuko.
Is to trick the room.
And to actually add on what you said kanina, sabi mo, Zol na agad ang sure na rep natin. Whoever wins this is actually gonna represent PH as well sa SCA Championships for UniPin Ladies Series. So syempre, a lot of our teams are gonna be fighting for that slot. Faramis being banned out, Blue will be banned out as well. Okay. I'm not too fond of a carry ban, so they're probably banning out someone like Eve or Farsa. Ayun, they banned out Eve and Smart Omega. See, they could ban out damage dealers. Maybe someone like Joy, like Beatrix, anyone that was a problem to them in game number 1. But yeah, they're red side, right? So they're bound to ban out 1-1.
This is a repeat ban actually from the side of Smart Omega. Actually, even if Maharlika G unit yung nasa red side, parate almost ban. Actually, ilang beses na rin kasi na-nerf tong 1-1 na to Yuko. To the point na sabi rin nga ng mga tao na okay sana kung ibalik yung 4 weakness points na lang kasi sobrang dali talaga mapop yung ultimate ngayon ng 1-1, especially after that buff that they gave her nung time na na-release yung Emerald skin niya. So, yeah, there's a lot of nerfs, but despite all of that, 1-1 is still on top of the ban list. Maharlika G unit taking a lot of Amore heroes away. So, respeto rin talaga dito, no? Faramis, the Eve, and hindi na rin ako magtataka kung isa pa. Pero siguro, tatanggalin na lang din nila dito yung Joy. Arlot is still open here for their side to pick off. Pwede rin yun i-ban ng Smart Omega. Pero looking at the global ban, no? Open pa rin naman yung Arlot. So, I guess, for the side of Smart Omega, first pick kasi ngayon yung Maharlika G, they can take away the Arlot.
And all the other heroes na pwede pang i-pick up ng Maharlika, maybe it could be a Joy, the RD, did they? You don't know. Okay, they did not use Benedetta, could pick that up if they want to. Smart Omega, of course, is just waiting sa kanilang final ban for the first rotation. Maybe a damage dealer. I was semi-right. Ling hurts. So they took out Ling. And you mentioned that they could pick up the Arlot para lang makakuha sila, makasecure sila ng solid na duelist. Or if they're sure na they can go up against the Mincitar na pwedeng ilabas ng Smart Omega, just, again, the word here is, the term here is just push the limits.
You should.
Wow, okay. This is the first time I've seen this. Mira na rin kasi pina-first pick yung Fredrin. Usually, yung mga pinipick up is mostly like high ground mages for the first pick. But I talked about the Arlot and this time, makukuha ngayon ng Smart Omega. Pwede rin sila kumuha ng either ng Valentina or ng Farsa dito for their side. Sobrang naging maganda sa kanilang composition. But I completely forgot, may global ban pala. So Farsa's already out. Pwede pa rin naman dito yung Valentina. Depende na rin talaga kung anong kukunin nila dito. So Valentina could be something that Smart Omega can pick up, something that Amore is actually comfortable with. Pwede rin naman sila kumuha na rin ng gold lane dito, Melissa. Kasi possible mag-agawan sila dito ng heroes. Beatrix is gonna be locked in here. Ito yung inaabangan ko kanina kay Shinoa pero naunahan lang nga ng Maharlika G. And now let's see. Next up, I think Melissa would be good to go up against this Beatrix or even a Claude for the side of Maharlika G.
I honestly would put my money on Claude just for the safety na if ever mag-jump in ka, at least meron kang BMI to get away. But let's see kung aling hero ba comfortable ang Maharlika dito. Oy! Nakinig nila ako. Well, madaming minutes delay yung stream, but I wanted this. I wanted them to pick up carry and see how well and how much they could do. And they did! So, game 2 just became a lot more interesting sa akin.
Ito na rin yung isa sa counter sa Fredrin and nakakatakot to para sa side ng Maharlika G unit. Someone to engage, honestly, this is probably one of the tanks na ayoko talaga katapat, especially in rank games. And even other teams also banned this away, a great amount of engage. Yung kumbaga parang sobrang deadly rin ito. Imagine mo kung si Mirai yung nakakuha nito, yung Beatrix Franco, super deadly combo, isang kagat lang, tapos mag-bloody hunt ka. Sure delete, lalo na kung meron ka pang backup dito. Hindi pa sila nagre-reveal ng mid lane, kakasabi ko lang. Pero oh my goodness, can I just flex that Amore is actually top global savior? Like she's been like I'm friends with her on Facebook and she's been spamming the savior a couple of times. Sobrang comfortable niya dito sa savior na to ngayon. Yung magiging problema lang talaga niya yung mga hooks dito ng Franco. Or maybe even if there's gonna be an assassin on the side, and she's so comfortable with this hero at mukhang Smart Omega, they're really looking to try and close out this game number 2.
Yeah, they are. Kasi here's something you'd imagine, right? Arlot, obviously, siya yung mong muna. Siya yung magdadive, siya yung magugulat. Like, that's his job. Like, ever since the world began sa MLBB natin, yun ang ginagawa niya, kahit bago-bago pa lang yung hero na yan. You also have Beatrix that's in a safe distance na that's really in charge of the firepower. Tapos yung in a setting na you think safe ka na, you think wala nang pwedeng humuli sa'yo, there comes Savior. That's the play na I imagine sa Smart Omega this time around. And on top of that, they're able to ban out Farsa. So there's no further airstrike. Wala ditong stun. Walang sudden burst of damage that can probably take out Beatrix in the early game. On top of that, sagot naman ng Maharlika dito, they took out the Martis. So there's no one na kayang lumapit sa carry, even pop the ultimate in the middle of a team fight. Again, this is really the chess game para sa mga pick and bans ng dalawang teams natin. And Novaria will be the last ban for Smart Omega.
Okay, you know what? It's great that they banned this away kasi nakalimutan ko na may Novaria nga pala and it's open, it's up for grabs. So this is a hero that's often overlooked. I think siguro rin kasi parang teams really need the time to prepare with the Novaria, something that's new. Pero sobrang ganda nito, especially for mga Lord fights, Turtle fights. Ang ganda ng vision na ipinapakita. Pero Maharlika G unit, halos lahat ng mga nakakatapat ng Smart Omega, tinatanggal talaga nila tong hand zone na to. Mukhang isa rin to sa mga pocket picks ni Keishi. And speaking of Keishi, kailangan pa niya ng hero dito. Mirai also needs a hero. But they're hovering over the Mincetar na sinabi mo kanina, Yuko, and I think this might actually fall sa kamay ni Keishi this time if ever this is locked in.
Okay. I mean, yeah, they can't really sidestep, they can't really get out of the King's Calling. And that's the perfect opportunity for Beatrix to make it ring with the bullets and the perfect moment for Saber to pop in with the global ultimate. But there's a Harvard Esmeralda. Sobrang na-miss ko yung hero na to. You cannot fathom how much I miss this hero, but I don't think they're gonna lock that in unless. But if they do, nakakatawa kasi it's been a while, or at least for me. Another one probably na they need is another damage dealer kasi Fredrin, Franco, and let's say quote-unquote Esmeralda, it's a pretty good front line already. Meron kang tiga-ago ng shield, meron kang tiga-sustain, tiga-kuha ng kalaban, tiga-kuha ng damage, tiga-sokop ng damage. Speaking of soaking underwater, there's gonna be a hover on Kadita as well. And they lock in Esmeralda. Most likely they lock in Kadita as well.
Ang dami nagda-dive. Ang ganda rin talaga nitong Mincetar, no? Actually, kung na-land dito ni Keishi yung King's Calling sa magandang pwestuhan, hindi basta-basta makakadash dito yung Maharlika G unit. And now, Mirai, actually hovering over the Minotaur. Ito rin yung isa sa mga binaban kanina, yung Natalia ni Mirai. Will this actually be the final deal para sa Smart Omega para i-close out itong laban na ito? And it does make sense. Ito yung pang pick-off sa carry. Ito rin yung pang pick-off sa Kadita. So backline access. Pero Mirai is also known to be such a good setter tank here. Someone to set up the tempo. So possibly itong dalawa yung magandang option. I think Minotaur would be super good here. Lalo na parang alam natin na magdadive talaga yung Maharlika G unit. There's a lot of clashes. Ito rin, medyo similar rin actually ito sa first lineup nila for game number 1. Lots of dives for the side of Maharlika G. So again, great early game, pero this time yung pinagkaiba lang nila is may carry na sa side nila.
Exactly. On top of that, aside from the Minowan Fury, yung healing dito ni Minotaur, right? It can actually help the team na tumagal pa sa mga team fights natin. But wow, okay, this is looking to be a very interesting game number 2. Take a look at the drafts for this game again. Smart Omega versus Maharlika. And these girl team besties really showing us na they're powerful, they know what their strengths are, and they know how to work around it. I cannot wait to see how things are gonna pan out. I want to see how well carry will be incorporated sa lineup dito ng Maharlika. So again guys, this could possibly be the last game of our second series. Let's hop in and share the live stream and tag your friends, and this will be the game.
This is really scary for Maharlika G unit. Ito na yung match point, pero yung lineup rin kasi nila nakakatakot rin ngayon, no? Dami pang pick-off dito sa side ng Smart Omega. So tingnan natin kung gaano sila ka-aggressive dito, because they can actually do that. They got a Franco, They also got a Kadita. These are heroes that can be very aggressive here in the mid lane. But as of the moment, tingnan natin yung matchup rin sa gold lane. We have the carry and the Beatrix of Shinoa. And all I can say is, comfort picks ang mga nakuha dito ng Smart Omega. Siguro with the exception lang din dito of Keishi and Mirai. These are the usual heroes that you see. Pero for the gold lane and the mid lane, these are absolutely comfort picks, Yuko.
Okay, now it looks like they are just running their early game as much as they can. Tahimik lang, the usual, just giving the waves and all that. This is actually the perfect time para magpakamdam si Somir on this Franco kasi they don't really have ultimates yet. They don't have the lead yet. So if you stun them, if you get them, if you hook them, it's gonna be a lot of advantages for your side. Pero mukhang si Kiso dito, literally sinasayawan si Nat Ayanami. Looking back at the bottom lane, na-imagine ko parang one of the best heroes to be paired kay Betis is this Minotaur. But wait, Amore, very, very low but was able to flicker away. That's too close. And nakagamit pa ng spell doon si Eclipse.
Ayun nga, no, ang dami na bird for the side of both Maharlika and Smart Omega. But that's too close. Like, I think it was 1 HP from Amore. And like what I mentioned, no, sobrang comfortable siya dito sa hero. At kita mo naman yung presence of mind niya even at that moment na dalawa yung kumukuha sa kanya. And once again, Maharlika is just so good at this early game. Sinisimulan na nila yung turtle ngayon. Tingnan natin kung makakalapat ba si Keishi. Here's the King's calling. It's buying some time here for the side of Maharlika G. And that's gonna be first blood drawn in by the side of Smart Omega. Pero Maharlika G ang makakakuha ng first blood. There's the Empress's Wrath. Keishi's really low. They shouldn't overcommit at this moment. Meron pang heal dito from Mirai. There is the taunt, but still able to escape all of that. Smart Omega and Maharlika G unit off to a great start, calculated for both sides.
All according to plan, sabi ng Smart Omega dito. And I do agree, napakadaming damage, napakadaming skills yung kinuha ni Mirai doon. Kaso parang wala lang sa kanya. A normal day being a Minotaur, being able to tank all of that damage. But now it looks like Smart Omega, they are really trying to go very, very strong on their defenses sa mid lane nila. Yung side lane naman, it's, I don't know, it's same as always, tale as old as time, Arlot versus Esmeralda. Esmeralda trying to get as much heal and as much damage as she can against this Arlot. But Eclipse right now has her eyes set on Keishi, na nananahimik lang, na kumukuha lang ng pang-gold tsaka pang-item dito. What I observe here is, sabi mo diba, time and time again, they're gonna dive. However, the Iron Hook does miss. That's the Savior popping in with the ultimate. That's maybe the Rough Waves in pop there as well. Kasi meron pa isa. It looks like Shinoa is so safe at the back line. That's gonna be Ramichi as well, trying to go in with the stun but did not connect. It was a good attempt, kaso hindi din naman agad nakapag-trade ang Maharlika dito with that. They're gonna try to get the third. That's gonna be naman Fear being popped there as well. That's gonna be the kill going over to Keishi. Actually, naging 2 kill pa nga pala. And the turret is still pretty much alive.
Oh my goodness, that's one of the things that was revamped about the Mincitar. Yung Spear of Glory can actually tug in all of the heroes that's on along the way. So kung mayari 3 yan, pwede niya hatakin yung 3 at saktong-sakto yung paghahila doon ni Keishi, pulling them right under the turret at nakakuha pa sila ng 2. Ngayon, they can actually move forward. It's only Rexile here left to defend, but there's a lot of pressure here from Smart Omega. Pati na rin yung sniper doon, napapaatras ngayon si Rexile, while the rest of the members here of Maharlika G unit are actually fighting here in the turtle pit. Si Kiso, zero-zone out yung 2. Tingnan natin kung makakakuha ba dito yung Smart Omega. Mukhang malabo na yon kasi Ramichi once again will be picking up the kill. Not Ayanami. Gotta get that bloody hunt in as well as the Iron Hook. And once again, Maharlika G unit gonna find the turtle as well as their first pick-off for this game.
Na numbers game yung Smart Omega doon. That was a lot more damage than they bargained for. Kaya kahit nung hindi sila nakagalaw, even they got surprised, and at least ang ginawa nilang minimize the damage they could have taken. Nabawasan ng isa ng 2, they decided to just rotate over, and now Clock of Destiny, COD, being picked up by Eclipse dito on this Kadita. Sasakit palalo si ate mo Mermaid dito, but mukhang nasasaktan si Nat Ayanami kasi time and time again with the Stardust dance, sinasalo niya from Kiso. Ramichi now in the other part of the map. It looks like slowly but surely wins the race ang moto niya dito. Just trying to get as much resources as she can. And kumukuha din naman ng buff dito si Saver, si Amore. And yeah, from what I've noticed so far, Smart Omega, they don't pull the trigger as much. Sabi mo to kanina, right? Ang draft ng Maharlika, they're the ones doing the initiative. They have the initiative. They're the ones pulling the trigger first. But may times na napapansin ko, Smart Omega, they answer so well with their dives. But let's see if it's gonna be the same story. Since the surprise connecting on to one, at yun na nga, rough waves connecting, hindi naka-react at all si Keishi. And they were able to force the ultimate out of Amora. That was a 1-0 in favor of Maharlika G unit.
Yeah, that's so deja vu for the side of Maharlika G unit. I was like, okay, that actually looks like the similar time that they tugged in. Look at the flicker from Mirai! Excited yung mahuli doon, pero here comes the backup from Maharlika G unit. Will they be able to sustain this one? Now Samir gonna try to go in for Shinoa. Mapapunish dito yung Smart Omega. There's the Petrify, and Mirai still able to survive the onslaught ng Maharlika G. Minion waves are coming in, so they're gonna push the towers as much as they can. But mukhang ito na yata. Ito na. Makukuha na ng Maharlika G unit itong bottom side. At mukhang may baon pa silang turtle dito. Ramichi gonna be starting it up. And Keishi nowhere in sight. Mukhang ibibigay na lang nila itong turtle na to.
Yeah, may nakuhang turret na, mayroon pang nakuhang turret dito ang Maharlika, and that's something you'd want with this kind of lineup. Mayroon din antikiras na kinuha dito si Ramichi, so habang tumatagal, lalong kukuha na talaga yung Fredrin natin. Now, Smart Omega, their backs are at the wall. That's gonna be Kiso trying to dodge as much damage as she can. Pero syempre, Smart Omega, baka sabihin na, teka lang, baka pwede tayo mag-re-engage dito. There was small wrong call from Maharlika, and it seems like they were able to just work around it. So if it did not work out, bakoy na lang tayo. We're still pretty much in the lead. Yun ata yung mindset nila.
Ngayon, ito yung nakikita mo kung bakit nagiging prior rin itong Franco na to. Imagine mo, isang bloody hunt lang at muntikan pa yun, no? Buti na lang nandun pa yung Kramer. Hindi nahuli doon si Keishi. Ang daming pressure dito sa top side. There can actually be a flicker bloody hunt here onto Not Ayanami. That should be a sure kill, but they just want Rixel to get in that tower on the top side as Not Ayanami forced to give that one away. 4-4 ang ating score, and Maharlika G unit still on the lead as of the moment. Let's see if Smart Omega will actually counter it out with some of their setups. Actually, ang daming CC dito from the side of Smart Omega. So if they can actually make that work, sige na CC. Here comes the bloody hunt onto Mirai. Lahat ng ultimates pinato. There's the King's Calling. There's the Dawning Light. And that's gonna be Somir getting picked off for the price of Mirai. So 1-4-1 equal din yung ating trade-offs. Both roamers are gone, and now Kiso gonna go in for 2. There's the Falling Star Moon. At Kiso as well gonna get tugged in, get punished there, as Smart Omega will be finding another pick-off right after that one.
Napalalim lang. Napunta sa turret range dito si Kiso. That's why it's the kill going over to Smart Omega. But nakikita ko dito, they have 2 turrets down. Whereas sa Maharlika G unit, every turret is healthy. Nakatayo pa, ready for battle. I feel like Smart Omega is just waiting for, obviously they're waiting for their online times, right? But they're still trying. Isang magandang pick-off lang or isang magandang positioning lang from Shinoa, or give some time for Not Ayanami to duke it out or like duel against anyone as Arlot. There could be a difference, or that is gonna be the rough waves being popped. Gabi ang talon dito ni Mirai. That is actually very, very quick of them. But sadly, hindi sila nakakuha ng trade doon.
We have yet to see still for Smart Omega yung sabayang King's Calling, sabayan namin No One's Fury, pero maingat rin kasi dito yung Maharlika G. Ang dami rin nilang pantakas, may mga flickers dito, meron din sprint kay Kiso, and Amore, actually I'm actually curious what she has at this point. Na 9 minutes in, naka mystery shop emblem pa siya, so mabilis talaga makakuha ng mga cooldown items. And once again, Sumir will be finding the hook onto Not Ayanami, unable to defend up against that one, while the rest of Smart Omega, they're gonna be chunking this Lord. Ramichi andito na rin, pero backup, may conceal play dito from Sumir. They're not gonna overcommit that one. Okay, as Kiso as well, gonna try to go in for the backline. Shinoa really low as at the moment. Kiso will be forced to use that sprint out of that one. As Ramichi, Keishi forced to pop in that King's Calling very early on. And there goes the setup. There goes the dawning light. Keishi the first one to fall. And it seems like MHRLK G-Unit once again will be finding their opening as they get this first Lord of the game.
Once again, they get the first Lord. At syempre hindi sa titigil doon. They were able to get the kill onto Mirai. That was a 2-team non-trade. 8 and 6 now on the board. Tsaka ata yung unang outer mid lane trade. Gusto nilang kunin. Saber popping in with the dawning light. But I don't think it's gonna shed light onto anywhere anytime soon. Kasi ang napapasin ko dito, MHRLK, they're the ones casting the darkness. Now, Smart Omega, they need to be able to see a workaround here. Is it pick-off? Is it team fights? I'm not so sure, but they really need to get turrets in. Kasi mukhang MHRLK G-Unit, they get the turrets without actually experiencing any punishment, any karma sa game natin dito.
That's what's really frustrating here about the Franco pick of Somir if you were Smart Omega. Alas lahat ng hooks niya tumatama, tapos may follow-up pa talaga dito. So kung imagine mo, kung isang hook lang dito ni Somir, halos kahit si Mirai dito hindi talaga makakatakas eh. And you can see that Smart Omega is a little bit careful talaga on the engage here. There's no purifies actually on their side. So they have to watch out for that one. MHRLK G-Unit, as of the moment, they're standing with a 7k gold lead up against Smart Omega. Mga Smart Omega naman, as of the moment, si Shinoa still looking good. Just got the Malefic Roar by the way and the Hunter's Strike. So, waiting for the last two items as compared to MHRLK G-Unit. Kompleto na yung items dito ni Rexile and even ni Reclipse at this moment going towards the 6th item already.
Yup, baka mabilis na kapag steamroll dito ang MHRLK G-Unit. And again, I have to say this. You mentioned this carry. She shines ng late game. And there's not one hero I cannot say na hindi kayang i-melt ni Rexile at the late game. So, kailangan talaga maging wary ng Smart Omega ngayon pa lang. Unless they commit and try to catch this carry off guard, maybe pwedeng mahook dito ni Keishi. Baka pwedeng mahuli ni Shinoa. I'm not so sure about the process, but the final output, the conclusion should still be mapatay nila yung carry nito. Kasi ang hirap, kasi kung nakikita mo, may rough waves na kailangan daanan, may falling star moon, mayroon pa tayong bloody hunt. And you said this, napakadaming CC na kailangan i-withstand ng Smart Omega.
Oh, actually sila rin, marami rin CC. Pero kumbaga parang nauunahan kasi ng MHRLK G-Unit yung Smart Omega with the pick-off. So either the rough waves by Reclipse or si Somir kasi nakakakuha dito ng hook either on, actually at this point it doesn't matter kung sino man yung mahook dito ni Somir, kahit isa lang yung mabawasan nila dito from the side of Smart Omega, it's actually enough. And as you can see, nag-group up na sila together at this point right before the Lord fight. This is the Luminous Lord, by the way, up for grabs, and Smart Omega, alam to ng MHRLK G-Unit, they really need to force out a game number 3 at this point, para naman buhay pa yung kanilang tournament life. At nung mapapansin mo, Reclipse, nakapwesto rin doon sa top side. I'm not so sure if the side of Smart Omega knows this very well. This is really scary for Kadita. One hit delete with the Petrify combo.
Piling ko, the Petrify will most definitely come through. But, syempre, ang ginagawa naman ngayon, nakatapat nila with Smart Omega. Sneaky play. Keishi will be there. And there you go. That's the beat. Isa other patay, that's gonna be Bridges being popped there as well. Kasi hindi kumonekta ang Iron Hook natin dito. Smart Omega, that's gonna be the jump in and the rough waves connecting onto 1, onto 2. Here comes Keshi. Ramichi gets a kill onto the Lord, pero King's be going over to Shinoa. Muntik na. Actually, na-secure pala dito ni Keishi ang kill dito kay Kiso. Battle of the case, and looks like Smart Omega was able to win that. But kill-wise, sure, they get 2 kills. But still, MHRLK G-Unit, they get the last laugh kasi nakuha nila ang Lord.
Oo, ang ganda ng pag-zone doon ng MHRLK G. Actually, they caught the members of Smart Omega off guard there kasi galing pa sila sa bottom side. And si Ramichi, hindi na rin siya sumali sa team fight doon. Sabi niya, kaya na naman yan, no? Kaya na yan, okay lang rin yan. Habang sinasabi natin yun, no? Maglo-lord na lang din ako dito. And speaking of the Lord, Keishi is actually doing a good job melting that. Nakuha rin ng Smart Omega yung mid tower, so this is huge for them. Sa Not Ayanami as well, gonna be clearing out the minion waves kasi isa pa lang yung turret na nakuha ng Smart Omega, so they're actually looking for an opportunity to take this bottom side. At kung mapapansin mo, 4 sila nakapwesto dito sa bottom side. Tingnan natin kung masaspatan ba to ni Somir and the rest of the members of MHRLK G unit. They're not gonna overcommit actually kasi nakakatakot rin yan, no? May turret advantage dito yung MHRLK G.
Mukhang full force talaga sila kanina sa bot lane, but nakaamoy sila pa, wait, I feel like it's not the best decision para mag-open ng 5v5 T5 from MHRLK kasi they have 5k gold lead. That translates a lot. Tapos yung carry nila, 2-1-1, and they have a Kadita that's 2-1 and 3. So, Smart Omega, I think it was a good call and they just decided to chill. They could wait for 82, 81 more seconds kasi the Lord will be up after that. But the longer they wait, mas kumukunat si Ramishi dito. Mas nagiging kumpleto ang items ng carry. What Smart Omega at least could do is just try to generate more income, get more gold, get more items, make sure Amore is safe at the back line, make sure hindi mahuhuli si Shinoa dito, and possibly push Mireille na makakuha ng isang maganda Minawang Fury. Get 2, get 3, I swear, that's already enough for Smart Omega.
Oo, kung mapapansin mo, pick off na naman yung gusto dito ng MHRLK G. At nakapwesto sila sa bush. Tingnan mo si Rexile tsaka si Somir. Nakapwesto na dun sa top side kasi alam nila na malapit na rin mag-spawn dito yung Lord. So they're actually positioning themselves on the bush. So Smart Omega has to be extra careful with those blind spots na pinapwestuhan ng MHRLK G unit. And it's gonna be really hard as well for Smart Omega. Yung kasi rin nila dito, kung isipin mo kung ikaw yung Smart Omega, ang dami mo kailangan intindihin yung Franco at saka yung Kadita, di ba? Parang mapapaisip ka kung lalapit ka ba sa bush. Tapos wala pa sila masyadong vision. Actually, wala silang vision talaga dito for Smart Omega. Just the vision that they have from the base. And here comes the Lord. This is the luminous one. The second one actually, tingnan natin kung I think alam ni Keishi na nandito yung dalawa eh. Tingnan natin kung mag-e-engage ba siya. Napapaisip muna siya kung mag-e-engage ba siya o hindi. Delikado rin kasi kung pumasok siya dito. Oy, pabis! Pero siya nga yung mag-hook dito. Here comes the King's Calling. And Exile, so Mir can get spotted out in that bush. At this time, Smart Omega, nahanap na nila yung gusto nilang mahanap dito. And this is the numbers advantage for them. They can go for the Lord as of the moment. And ganda na pwesto dito. There's the final slash from Natayanami for Senki, so to actually back away. The immortalities have been purchased as well here, Yuko. Let's see. Smart Omega, they know they have the advantage here. Nasa kanila na, not unless matatag na naman dito ni Keishi. Wala pang King's Calling at this point. Shinoa still on a killing spree. Rabichi really low, trying to get the Lord, but to no avail. Recrypts as well, forced to back away as Smart Omega na naman ang makakuha ng magandang advantage, as well as after that pick-off, they were able to get the Lord. Imagine that, 4-man down and they were able to get the Lord. Sila pa yung deado dito. Inhibitors na lang yung natira, Yuko.
I'm telling you, okay? Dalawang deaths lang ibigay mo sa Smart Omega. They're gonna, turn it around. Napakalaki lang nakuha nilang trade on. Such an advantage! Oh my goodness! Eclipse gets bursted down. And ang ganda din ng pag-zone out tsaka yung transitioning nila from getting that Lord. And may napansin ako, parang tuwing pangatlong Lord talaga nakukuha ng Smart Omega. Now, MHRLK G unit, their backs are against the ceiling, not the ceiling, the wall right now. That's the Lord jumping in. Turret is already down. Smart Omega, they have the skills. They even have the spells dito. And they have a Luminous Sword to top that off. That's the ultimate coming in from the Saber at the front line. You are going to be seeing not Ayanami. Let's see kung sa buhay si Mireille. You have the kill going over to him. Pero pati kasi nakuha dito ang ating metal to be a lot of sustain, a lot of tank as well. But Shinoa gets a kill onto Kiso, and just like that, isang pick-off lang, isang Lord lang, Smart Omega, they bag game number 2.
Yeah, you can see all smiles on the face of Smart Omega. Imagine that, ilang games na sila ganito, na muntikan na sila ang makakuha ng para first loss nila dito sa ating day na to. Pero Ang galing talaga nila sa epic comeback. Actually, I think Smart Omega is one of the teams that is just so good in team fights. But props as well to MHRLK G Unit for putting up such a good fight. Sobrang tight ng laban. And imagine mo, the fact na na-contain yung Smart Omega in the early stages of the game, that's really something that you guys should be proud of.
That's something you don't really see every day. And tama si Burger Kim dito. But again, that was... I can't. Words cannot explain how I feel right now kasi gano'n kagaling yung plays ng both MHRLK as well as Smart Omega. What a beautiful day to cap our game number 2, series number 2. And sa sobrang intense ng laban, yung internet ko nababaliw na din. But that's gonna be, these are gonna be the match highlights actually from game number 2. And yeah, kung makikita mo din towards the last few parts of the match, talagang nag-spike, tumaas yung damage output as well as yung aggression ng Smart Omega. They were really just waiting for that one good. Actually, hindi nga yung pick-off na isa lang eh. Dalawa nakuha nila eh. They were waiting for that one moment ever since mid-game pa lang.
And here's the thing for this game number 2. Actually, I think pretty similar to sa playstyle ng MHRLK G sa first game rin nila dito sa series na to, was to really go for the pickoffs. At nagawa naman nila yun. Nakakuha sila ng early game advantage at kung mapapansin mo, ilang beses rin kasi nahahatak dito yung Smart Omega. But really what's crucial for them in this game was nakakuha ng pick-off dito si Keishi dun sa top side. Yung nakahatak siya ng dalawa, si Sumir at si Rixel. Nakapasok pa ng King's Calling and yun lang talaga yung kailangan nila despite the fact na ang daming Lord, actually halos lahat ng Turtles nakuha yata ng MHRLK G Unit. So comeback is truly real here, as you can see that Smart Omega was actually able to pull that off in this round na nakakuha pa sila ng bounce back. I think parang yung natira na lang sa kanila was inhibitors. They were able to turn the thing around with just one pick off. I think makikita nyo later on. Ito na yata yun. Ito yun. Yung si Keishi. Alam niyo nandito?
Dalawa yung nakuha. Oh my goodness. Tapos ang ganda din ng comms sila kasi the moment lumabas si Shinoa, they're like, okay, alam ko na yung gagawin guys, ako na bahala. You also mentioned na Amore is like very comfortable with Saber, right? I was wondering what kind of comfortability it is. Kasi when you're comfortable with the hero, iniisip mo, kahit sino pa katapat mo, mapapatay mo, right? The comfort that I see through Amore is, for some reason, she always knows when and where to pop yung dawning light niya. So kung makikita mo sa mga highlights natin, laging may dawning light yan si Madam. And she really has good game sense for this. Good communication as well for Smart Omega. And this is Luminous Lord sa base. Mireille was this very chunky frontliner. Hindi nakalapit yung carry actually. But even if she wanted to, Mirai was there to stop her, to distract her, and make sure na hindi siya makakalapit sa Smart Omega. That was a 19-minute game, 8-16. Very, very beautiful to watch. And the game MVP, according to MLBB for that, will be Shinoa. But personally, I think it's Keishi talaga.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too, like props to Keishi as well. I think yung set niya talaga doon, yung Spear of Glory as well as the King's Calling onto 2, si kay Sumir at Rixel, yun talaga yung nagpa-turn around dun sa laban na ito. And para kay Shinoa naman, once again, comfort pick niya to. Alam naman natin yun, nasabi na natin in the early stages of the game that Shinoa and Amore are actually very comfortable with this hero. So all they needed to do was just have a little bit more time. Kasi kung mapapansin mo yung ginagawa ng MHRLK G Unit, iniipit talaga yung Smart Omega na hindi makakuha ng resources, which means na mas mahirapan sila makakuha ng items. Pero after all those shutdowns, after all those pick-offs na nakuha nila na trade-offs in the major objectives, nakabawi naman sila and eventually leading to this victory.
It was a very tough road, but they were able to went through that. And of course, we're honestly excited. I'm excited to interview yung mga victors natin for that series. Oh, right. But however, GG's pa rin po for MHRLK G Unit. That was a mind-blowing game. Very beautiful to watch. Really limit-tested our powerful ladies here. And we're gonna be jumping into the interview in a few minutes. So sa mga viewers natin dyan, chill muna kayo. And here you go. Here is Smart Omega, fresh off a victory. Umuulan ng 2-0. Hindi lang actual na umuulan dito, no, Burger Game?
Hindi nga talaga, no? 2-0 at katulad nga ng sabi ni Coach Bam kanina, dire-diretso yung kanilang win streak. So, siguro I'll start with this one, Yuko. Congratulations, Smart Omega. Yung tanong ko is, halos yung itong last 2 series, medyo nahirapan kayo sa early game. Ano yung pumasok sa isip nyo nung parang lamang sila nung early game? May nagturuan na sila.
Ano po?
Coach?
Kami, kaya need lang namin ang patience tapos item lang. Ganun yung ginawa na. Step lang talaga. Pwede po ba?
Late game lang po yung composition namin kasi alam namin yung strengths namin pang late game eh. And napansin rin namin sa playstyle nila, more on early game. Hindi nila masyado na-focus yung pagtapos ng game. So yun, minaximize lang namin.
Okay. So for me, meron po akong 2-part question. Number 1, ano po yung magiging preparations nyo for tomorrow? Kasi again, kasama na kayo sa SCA Championship ng UniPin Ladies Series. And question number 2, is there any specific team na excited kayong makatapat or gusto nyong makilala?
For preparation, siyempre practice pa rin naman po kami for tomorrow against Zol kasi nilaglag rin po nila kami sa lower bracket. Then, siguro kung may gusto kami makatapat international, kaso wala kasing BTR ata sa UNIPin. Siguro yung GPX or RRQ.
GPX and RRQ. Yeah, Bigatron kasi yung parang halos ilang win streak na rin sila. No? Ito, last question para sa Smart Omega. Since yung Zol FE yung naglaglag sa inyo dito sa lower bracket, papunta na kayo ngayon sa ating Grand Finals match bukas sa upper bracket. So, ano yung message nyo for Zol FE? Magkakaroon na kayo ng rematch tomorrow. So, message lang for them before we start our games for tomorrow.
Ayun, good luck sa amin kasi mga idol yan eh. Malalakas yan. So, good luck sa amin. Sa amin dapat may message ulit. So, yun lang.
Alright. So, may shoutouts ba kayo, Smart Omega, before we wrap up this interview?
Shoutout nga pala sa fans ng Smart Omega Empress, sa Smart Omega, sa mga boss namin and sa family sa birthday ng Mama ni Amor, si Mama Bing Bing, then kay JT sa Gamitin. Then sa family ko, sa boss namin, si Sir Pat, si Sir Pro, and si Coach Q. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Smart Omega. Good luck sa inyong match bukas. And yeah, you guys heard it from them, from Smart Omega, kung ano nga ba yung mga preparations na gagawin nila. And there's a lot for you guys to look forward to tomorrow. That's gonna be Zol FE with their rematch up against Smart Omega bukas na bukas dito sa ating UniPin Ladies Series. So don't forget to catch that match. Any last few thoughts, Yuko, before we head over to the final stages of today?
Zol and Smart Omega, that's a rematch I would honestly pay to see. Napakaganda ng mga laban. They strived so hard to reach where they are, and I'm very much happy they will be representing the Philippines para sa ating SCA Championships for this series. But yeah, other than that, I won't be surprised kung ma-max out natin ang best of 3, best of 5 bukas kasi ganun talaga ka-close ang ating mga matches. And of course, thank you so much to everyone that watched the series. Actually, hindi lang yung from our stream today, kahit yung mga nakasuporta pa since day 1. Please keep on supporting the live stream. Like the page kung saan kayo nanonood ngayon so you can be in touch with the time that we are going to be going live tomorrow. But yeah, of course, if you want to follow me on my socials, that is at YukoPH on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YukoPH on Facebook. Ikaw ba, Burger King?
Wow, may PH talaga yung kay Yuko. Ako naman, for me, it's not PH, pero cast. So, literal casting lang talaga. But, kidding aside, that's at Burger Kim Cast on all of my socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I just recently started my YouTube page, so I've been streaming a lot of MLBB matches as well, from Mekong all the way until Mena. So, you guys can watch a lot of my streams there. Abangan nyo yung mga susunod na mga gagawin ko rin sa aking socials. So, hopefully, see you guys tomorrow. Hope you guys get a good rest. At syempre, abangan nyo yung match ng Zol FE at ang Smart Omega. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is Burger Kim and Yuko. See you guys once again tomorrow.
shining like a diamond that everybody needs to see. I know that I have to put my heart out for this.